What's up, everybody? This is the poker coaching study session. Today, we're going to be looking at.
Poker hands. All right. So, Mike, you are up first.
Oh, sorry, I
Yes.
didn't have them ready. I didn't know if you
No, no,
were.
no. You're up first to do this hand.
Oh, gotcha,
We're
gotcha,
gonna do a
gotcha.
couple of these, and we'll just go through. Go through a round, and then we're gonna go to Josh's hand. Okay. So, first hand, you've got Ace 10 in the small blind.
Very nice. I
Very
will
nice.
raise.
All right. What size?
My size is three.
Three is good. What size
I
is
will
slip?
I will vary it if the
Mhm.
villain is fishy.
Right. What size? And we're totally fine with 3.5 and 4. Bigger than that, you have to have a reason, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Three's
I
okay.
have my standard is three, so I
Yep.
don't vary the standard
Yeah.
against most opponents.
Yeah. Except, right, except if you've got a reason. All
Yeah.
right. We go to 3.2, we get called, and you are out of position. What would you like to do?
I will normally check a very, very high frequency of just about anything.
Okay.
This flop really makes me want to check.
Right. Okay. And does that mean when you bet on this flop, you bet big or do you bet small when you bet on it?
If I were to c bet here, this would be bigger, probably I would size up. This would probably be a larger c bet, like in the B75 range.
Great. All right. We check, and the opponent checks behind.
Okay, when they check behind,
Hmm.
um, interesting because I could check here and I could bet here, and I'm trying to decide which one I would take.
Hmm.
I would consider my villain. What are the odds that they're going to start aggressing here? Because that's what I would want if
Hmm.
I check. And I really don't have a reason to think they're going to just start blasting away with
AF of
bluff.
1.5,
Yeah.
12 and 4. Yeah, this doesn't look like the
No,
person who just blasts away.
nothing to really get me going now. At the
Right.
same time, when I do bet, if I bet here, I'm probably just going to go small-ish.
Hmm.
Um, B50 maximum, maybe even B33. In this case, I probably go B50.
Right. Is it true that this guy almost never has anything here? Just anything that can call. And so it's only when we're up against another ace, and so we can go bigger with our ace 10? Or is ace 10 not big enough to do that?
No, I mean, they'll call with they'll have draws here that they can call
Okay.
with, sure.
That they didn't bet before. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So I go with your thing. I go small. We get a call. Maybe great.
Okay, that's not a super great card.
That is a bad card.
Now again, here's where I consider this opponent. Do I feel like he's gonna bluff if I bet at a frequency that's gonna make me want to fold my equity here? And probably not is the answer. So I would value bet again, and I would value bet in like the B60 range. I'd go like six here.
Okay. I go
And
even
I think
smaller.
block is fine as well.
I go block, which is I don't usually do because block can induce.
Yep. Block tends to invite
All right.
some aggression,
All
which
right.
I
So we
don't
get
want.
called. We get called. Let's see. What did we get called by?
Queen high.
Oh my.
Wow. I think your block was perfect because I don't
Yeah.
think they call anything else.
God. Yeah. That was entertaining. All right. I think so. All right. Josh,
Hey,
you got 8-9.
yeah, you can open,
Yep. And what else can you do?
fold.
Fold. Folding is great with his hand. Let's
So
open.
is it? I think 7-6 would be like is a better open than 8-9, right? Because
Yes.
this
Yeah.
is going to make
Eight
some
nine.
dominated
Eight
straights.
nine has that little dip in the chart
Yeah,
where 4 5 5 6 and 5 4 6 5 and 7 6 are a little bit more than 8 9. Often, sometimes 8 9's not even there at all. So we
yeah,
go for it because why not? Because this
yeah.
is a table. Get called. All right. You flop middle pair, backdoor flush. He checks to you. Backdoor straight too.
Yeah, I would bet. I mean, personally, I would bet this. Yeah.
Okay. I think that I may check this one at least half the time. I don't know which one I do this time. I think this hand is a good candidate for a bet because of its double back doors and the fact that if it's the best hand now, there are a ton of cards that make it not the best hand. So those are reasons not to. And the reason two, it's marginally made, and the profit from marginally made hands comes from them bluffing and overvaluing. Let's see which one we do. I do the check line. You okay with that, Josh?
Yeah, that's fine. It's just that the hand is quite good.
Yep.
You know,
Yep. It
very
is now.
vulnerable, right? And you
It
can
is,
still
and it
get
is
value
very,
from a 6, I think, and a
yep.
flush draw. But
Yeah, it's very
and
vulnerable.
if they check raise small, I think you could continue, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe not.
hmm All
Okay.
right. So check. So we are trying to induce. Hey, that's nice. We succeeded in inducing. We may or may not have the best hand. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I mean, naturally, I just want to call, but I don't know if Solver wants to raise or something, but I think I would just call, right?
I love a call here. If you're going to take the line, check, this is what you did it for.
Right.
Yeah. I don't like that card. Let's see how big he bets. He checks.
I mean, I don't think we need to turn this into a bluff, right? I mean, is the
Nope.
Jack gonna fold? No, probably not. I would just check.
I think Jack. I think there's a number that Jack folds to. By the way, I really do.
Yeah, I mean, but do you need to? I mean, you got a 9. If you had a 6, maybe,
Right.
but I think a 9 is so good. Like, yeah, I think if you had 6, 6, 7, yeah, you would want to bluff, right?
hmm
Maybe, but
Yeah. Get a nine. Have more value targets to fold. Not value. Have more hands
yeah,
that
I
bet
don't
you
know. This is in between. I'm
more.
not sure. I think
Yep.
I think I would probably just check it back,
Yep. We do,
but
and we pip them. Pip them. All right.
yeah, that's great.
There we go. Brian.
Nice one.
Now,
Alright.
let's take 1 second on this hand. Let's play it the other way. You bet. He calls. The turn comes. He checks. Do you bet again? Now that he's called you once, you pick up equity. You still marginally made. Do you want to bet the turn here?
Yeah, no, I would bet, and this is something to I've been trying to change because yeah, like you could just check it back, but now you get to make the pot huge because you like if you get an 8, it's probably good. I mean, if you get a 9, it's good, and if you get a spade, it's good. So you make the pot bigger, and then you can jam the river if you want, right? So
Yeah.
I would bet it on the
All right.
turn. I would
So let's
definitely bet just because
so
you have a
let's
ton of
bet.
equity, right?
So on the flop, you're betting what about 1.5 to 2, something like that, with this hand? Your flop bet?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I suppose. So they called up the big blinds, so they should. Yeah, I guess to get value from a 6, I would bet small.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay. So let's
probably.
say you bet 1.5. He calls. The flop is 8 point. The pot is 8.5. The turn comes. Check. The board. The pot is 8.5. How much do you want to bet into 8.5 here?
The pot's 8.5.
Yeah.
I would bet. I would bet at least 5. Probably.
5.
I'd
Okay.
probably
He
bet
calls you.
6.
He calls
Yeah.
you. All right. The river is the ace.
And
He
then the
checks to
river,
you.
I would check the river. I think,
Right. Okay. Great.
but
And you pip him.
but I
And you
don't know if
pip him
that's right.
for. And you pip him for about 4 big blinds more than I did. Nice. Now Brian gets pocket kings. I did that all, by the way, just so that Brian had to wait with his pocket kings.
That's fine.
Yeah. All right.
Alright. We bet.
111.11. Mwah.
Um, yeah, so we're three betting.
Yeah.
So we're gonna
Okay.
go 24. Yeah, I mean, I guess you can just go like 7.5.
All right, 7.5 is good. I go 7, which is GTO Wizards size against 2, and I've decided that online there's no reason to deviate from the wizard until I have a reason to. And at one point I saw that it was 7 with 2, so I did it. No more than that. Ha ha. You get checked into.
I'm gonna bet 1/3 pot.
Okay. Okay. Getting value from all the pairs that will call once and hearts. Like that. Yep.
Yeah,
That's a good way to do it.
I also think they're gonna play face up.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I
I
want them
chose
to
the
raise.
Yep. I chose the check line. I have no problem with betting there one time. Okay. 7 comes. He checks again.
There's showdown value here. We are never giving ace king to fold. Ace queen is probably not folding. Target smaller pocket pairs, but I would say we just check here. We can target those in the river if he checks to us on the river.
Right. Because if we bet now, the pocket pairs might fold more often because they know there's another bet coming.
Yep. If you check now and they check the river, you kind of, I mean,
Yeah.
you might own yourself a little bit, but sometimes you're gonna,
Yeah.
but a lot of the time they're gonna bet their ace X on the
Right.
river.
Right.
All right, check. So now we're gonna go really small to target queens or tens or nines or something like that.
Yeah. Anything
So
I'm believing once.
yeah, so let's go with like how much would I bet to get queens to fold? I would bet 20.
To
Yeah, I
get
think I
queens to
bet
fold.
20 big blinds. Yeah, so I'd probably go for 15 or 14 big blinds to get them to
Okay.
call.
So you're going to go bigger than me. I'm going to go about 7 or 8 here.
I think our line's unbelievable and we check back the
And you got
turn, so I
raised.
think we get to go a bit bigger. Oh, we get raised?
We got raised.
Fold.
All right.
Called. 7, 8. Oh, wow, you caught it.
I
Good
did.
job. This is not live
Now,
poker.
let's see. Now, let's see. So the fold here is obvious. You got check raised on the river.
Yeah,
Nobody check raises. Nobody check raise bluffs on the river, right? That's our
not when you
that
bet 15 big blinds.
right there. Okay. What I had a very specific reason for doing this call. Anybody
Did
else?
you-
Anybody else want to call here and tell me why they called?
Oh, I know why now.
Yeah. So
He
it's your hand
donks.
to do it.
He's gonna bet the river with all of his value. So when he doesn't bet and he goes for a check raise, it's like and you went small with kind of reduces.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And why is he going? And why is he almost always going to bet his value on his strong value on the river
because we checked the turn, we're
and the
terrified
flop?
not getting paid.
Yeah. What does our hand look like?
Our hand looks like kings.
Yeah. Whatever our hand looks like when before we bet it, it doesn't even look like kings. It just looks like a hand that doesn't like this board, and so
Yeah,
I'm probably checking behind. If I was going to bluff him, I would have bluffed him before. So I didn't. Exactly. What does his hand look like when he does this? If it's real.
his hand
What's
looks like queens, a pair of 7, 6s, something like that.
set of jacks?
No, it doesn't
I'm,
look like a
I'm with
set of
Larry.
jacks.
No, no, no. I mean, when he does this,
Oh,
when
yeah,
this,
yeah, it does look
he's
like a
trying to
set of jacks.
rep. I had a set of jacks. Now, do you believe a set of jacks checks this river when I am
No,
so clearly checking behind my queens and tens that I have? I'm so
no,
clearly checking behind.
yeah, it does not. It never
It doesn't.
checks.
Yeah, I agree. And it didn't. So there you go. I think that hand was worth taking the other second before going population under bluffs here. And
Yeah, I
and
didn't think.
so the usual bluff catching checklist
Have I
doesn't
given him rope yet?
include this step, which I think is the most important step for me, which is, does this make sense? Does this story make sense? And I don't believe that that's in. I don't remember Hungry Horse asking that question.
Yeah, I don't think he does.
He has.
But
He has. Did I give him rope? Which I did, but did I give him rope?
is he
Um,
capable?
is he capable? Is the bet large for the game? Uh,
It's not really that large.
right. And then, those are them, right? Those are the three questions, or is there another one?
That's it.
Yeah, so I think does the story make sense is super important. And then the last one that we always have to remember to do, even though the answer is often no, does my bluff catcher function better as a rebluff? Which this one certainly doesn't. All right. There we go. All right. After Brian, it is Larry.
All right.
Is that the
Ah.
same 9-8? No, different 9-8.
All right. We could play the 9-8 in
Yep.
this position.
And we can also fold it, but I am not in the mood to fold on the hands that I show you. Okay. Called in position.
This looks like a board where we check range. I'd like check here.
Okay. Check, and with intent to check range against check raise against most normal sizes, or check call because you could be crushed.
I think it's a check raise despite the fact
Okay.
it's a monotone board.
Okay. I'm going to go bet to get maximum value from a spade that sticks around.
That makes sense.
That's what I'm doing this time. So bet, get a call. What size would you like to go on this line? Or do you want to change your mind now in the middle of this thing?
I think we polarize to like
Okay.
B75 to pot.
Okay. All right. I go B80. Do you like an overbet? Does anybody like an overbet here?
Yes.
I don't think
Okay. Talk to me about your overbet, Mike. Because Larry and I think didn't.
The small bet on the flop, I think, allows us to overbet this hand class in particular.
Okay. Because the small bet on the flop invites raises from the flushes.
Yes, invites raises from the flushes and keeps, like, if they're thinking, they assume you're just sort of kind of stabbing, c-betting
Right.
everything.
Right.
So you just may not get belief. You just don't have belief. They aren't going
Right.
to believe you, and all kinds of things. I think overbet is not egregious.
Great. We're gonna look at we'll look at this in a solver. If anybody wants to put this in now in the wizard, go ahead. Otherwise, I will do it in peak when the hand ends. All right. So I bet 80%. Larry bets the same amount. We get the call.
that's not the greatest card in
Not
the
the greatest
world.
card. Not the greatest card at all.
So we lose to tens.
Mhm.
He still has some sevens and sevens and sixes.
Mm-hmm. He still has 9x.
Yeah. I think we have to value bet here. And I think I prefer B50 to B75.
All right. I go bigger than that with the intent to fold to a jam.
Yeah, I think we're always folding to the
Yep,
jam.
he just folds. All right. Let's
Let's
see what he
see.
had.
Sixes, sevens,
Just
the
the spade.
king.
Just the spade.
Got max value from king.
We'll see. Maybe we'll see if he would have called an overbet. Probably not. All right. So, did anybody put this in the wizard, or are we going to peak? All right, we're going to peak until someone
Could
says
he have
they
jammed the river or something like that? Like,
could. I have?
no, should he have jammed the river?
No. My hand I can have flushes here,
I
and
think
I can
he
have.
might have a viable jam
Mhm.
shove with an ace of spades.
Yeah, and I think the king of spades also falls in there every
Let's
now
see.
and then too.
Let's
Yeah.
see. I wouldn't have done it, but
I don't. I mean, I don't think solver is going to have king jack off when we do this.
No, no, it's not. That's a
Well, he
problem.
should have
But
folded that, right? Or free bet it.
It's
king jack off,
mostly a
just
fold.
fold it. Just fold it. He's not king jack is you could, king queen ace jack cut off versus hijack, king queen cut off versus hijack, something like that. All right, let's move you guys out of the way. Cash.
games.
6 max 100.
You might have to make it like cutoff button to give him more flats. It
Yeah,
requires
but let's
more.
first play our hand.
All right, sure.
Let's play our hand straight up how we want to play it. So against a solver, we raise,
Yeah, he
king
doesn't have
jack,
any funds.
easy fold. There we go. King queen. I said ace jack. I think the wizard has some ace jack in it, but same thing. All right. He has no. He's on the button. I hope
Using the cutoff in the
he's in the
game.
cutoff, so he has no calls. So to even play the hand, we have to put him on the button just to get the hand going.
It might be a more realistic if you are cut off because he'll have more flats and button versus
Right.
against hijack.
So the only way to get him there is let's see if in the no rake one, let's see if this will give it to me. in
Yeah,
a
it's probably more
situation.
realistic with no
Let's
rake.
see. So hijack raises, cutoff has some calls. So
Yeah.
there we go. There's your calls, and it's even got some of that. All right, here we go. And big blind folds, and we get 9, 8, and 3. 9, 8, 3. We check range.
Yeah.
So
Now the question becomes, if we check range and he bets, do we have a check raise with this hand?
well, let's find out. We check. He bets small. 9, 8 loves to
No.
call. 9, 8 loves to call here. All right. He bets big. 9, 8 is forced to call as opposed to loves to call.
Mm.
All right. So I think we're done. We are out of solver land. Anything
Yeah.
else it does is
Well,
nonsense.
you know what? Continue on this because
Okay.
king
We'll just see what
queen
it does.
off does, right? There's king queen
Yeah,
off
we'll
still
see
in
his
here
response.
and see if the
Okay.
king of spades does anything for him.
I'm with you. All right. So we take our not often bet line. King queen with a spade does not fold. He calls. We get the innocuous deuce of hearts. When we bet in our range, there exists overbets. They are strikingly few.
Yeah, I don't. He's got plenty of locked up equity here. So
Yeah. If we call our hand a set, since two pair and a set are, like, because we can get here with it, the set does not love the big bet, does not love the overbet. It's there. So there you go, Mike. It's there. It is a sliver of the strategy. We did the big bet.
Yeah. And then I'm just wondering if like to population though, like I wonder if that when they call too often
Mhm.
with their not made equity, which is the reason
Right.
we don't do it because they
Right.
do have made equity
Yes.
quite often, which they raise more than they should than a solver would. A solver will
Yeah.
just call these small
Mhm.
bets more than I
Yep.
think our typical opponents do.
Right.
I'm just wondering if that allows us to increase the frequency. But anyway,
Yeah. Yes, it does. Because you used the word allow. Yes, you're allowed to do whatever you want. That's not the answer to your question. We're going to take the pot is 26. The size we actually bet was probably bigger than you want to bluff into. We bet basically 26. So I think he's never.
Didn't we go over this hand last week?
Is this the one?
no,
Am I
I
going
don't think we
backwards?
did.
No, I
It's
swear
possible
we
that we
did.
did.
I swear I'm like
Okay, hold on. It's possible.
95% sure.
I don't remember.
All right, I'm back. It's possible that I'm going backwards, Lewis. Lewis, you have Hold'em Manager?
No, I use Poker Tracker.
Okay, no, I mean no, not Hold'em Manager. Sorry. Hold'em Resource Calculator, HRC.
Yeah.
That's okay. I have a thing that I want to ask you to put in there for so I'll send you a note. Okay. Sorry.
wait.
Let me go look at this and see if I'm going the wrong way. So if I go this way, I believe you. If you think we saw that hand, let's go this way instead. So Queen Jack. We talked about the king. Did we talk about the king already? Remember that hand?
Talked about
I
king
I
today.
still have questions on that last hand though. Are we done
We're
with
gonna
it?
do it. We're gonna finish it. We'll just see what was said. Okay, so back to here. Oh, I erased it when I did that. I'm an idiot. Okay, let's go back. I will build it.
I think I saw the answer to my question. The king
Right,
queen off that he had slivers of raising to your
right,
bet, even to that big bet.
right. So
Yeah, and I'd
hijack
like to
raise,
see if you
cutoff
don't
call.
pot it, because I don't think you did pot it. You put bet like
I didn't. I'm going to go
80% pot.
smaller. I went close to pot. Okay. So 9-8-3. We bet small. He calls. We get a deuce of hearts. We bet 7. He calls. We get to the river. It's the 3 of hearts. When we bet 26, his king queen
Yeah, there it
has,
is.
it does. It has a tiny sliver of bluffs. And does it care what its other card is? No. It just does it a little bit. When we bet 15, the king queen bluffs the same amount.
No, it's not like disappeared. It's gone.
No, it's there. King queen. Here we go.
King queen off. Roll over it.
Cut off. King queen off. It's there's some bluffing.
It's much smaller though.
Is it much smaller? Let's see. Let's see the frequency. 90 of the times we get here, 20% of the time we go in your face. Against 26, 13% of the time we go in your, oh, sorry, wrong thing. That was the range, not the hand. Okay, the hand. King, queen off. Let's just look at one. Let's just look at this one. The raise is 5% of the time when we have this combo.
Yep.
And if
5.28.
you check it,
Now against the 26, I'll tell you in a second. Against the 26, that same hand, 15%.
Three times as much.
We raise the big bet more than the smaller one. The smaller one screams if I'm trying to squeak out value. Now, against the tiny one, we're back to
Even
5%.
less.
Yeah. Weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
That is really weird. All right. Now, you wanted to see what it does against a check. Against a check, we go for it.
pot. Yeah.
So if I had my act together, check the river against a solver in this weird line that I've taken with 9-8.
And then what do you do if he pots it?
What do I do when I bet which size?
No, what do you do if he pots it after you check?
Oh, after a check. All right, let's see. Let's go for the pot. 26. So basically my hand is pocket nines here because I can't have 9-8. So I get here with no hands.
Well, you never check 9-8, is that right?
Yeah. I never bet the 9-8 on the flop. That's where I think the 9-8 drops out is here. Well, I got to 0.23%. So there we go. But these are numbers that the solver doesn't solve down to. So all right. Different king hand, says Brian. Because Brian would have remembered the king, he says. So we're gonna go with that assumption. And then if the next one is obviously the same hand, we will adjust. All right. Options don't show no cards. All right. So 8-9, king, 9-8, king 4. All right. After that is going to be Lewis. Let's see if we played this hand or before Lewis.
Okay, I don't know.
All right. King 4, Lewis. You've been limped to. Haha, you have to play king 4.
All right, check. I feel like maybe we saw this one though, but let's see the flop. Is this the one where you do a mega bluff on the river?
Let's find out. Yes, we've seen this one.
Yeah.
We've seen this one.
Oh,
We're
oh yeah, I remember disagreeing on it.
Yeah, we're going the other direction. Okay, king, the 9-8. We're going here. That was the ace 10 we just saw. So we're going this way. Lewis, you get 8-8.
Yeah, I'd free bet every time
We did. Get called.
basically everyone.
We've seen this hand too.
Oh,
Let's go this way. 7-7. Here we go, Lewis.
right.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Don't even consider doing anything else.
Yep. If this guy splits his range for sizes, I'd consider.
No, he's a he, you think of 40 stacks splitting their range. All right,
They often
check.
do. Yeah. Okay. Check. Check. Check.
Right.
The jack.
What's a recreational check-in on the flop? Probably like pairs and like high cards. Do we want to bet now and get like ace high to cool? I mean, I think yeah, I might bet a size and I think I might bet like 66% here, like yeah, 2.2 bigs.
Okay. I went for the check. I don't
I
hate.
mean, check's
I don't hate.
fine, but they're
Yeah.
not gonna bluff. I think you kind of let them check back ace high for free
Yep.
without charging them.
That's true.
And they're not gonna like bluff it,
Right. He doesn't
most
bluff it.
likely. All right.
You big
Now
fold,
now
and he has nothing.
yeah, I'd bet like a third now. Like I think it's kind of like I think he's pretty clear he's got nothing. Um yeah, I think just bet small. I think if you bet large, he's just gonna fold everything.
Okay. 1.43.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Oh, okay. Now I'm jamming on him.
You believe that he's hit something and that
Like
he's
why
got
is
enough to
he
call. I'm
like
raising him, but you believe
yeah,
that
it's
this is
10-8 maybe, like 10-8 suited. He just hit this like he's raising with something. I don't think he's bluffing.
right.
So
Okay.
like a recreational,
Whatever he's
I
raising,
might,
you can call off.
I mean, we got what do we have? We got like basically, I mean, he could have Jack nine, I guess, but like I think he
Eh,
would have put some money in the pot. We basically got
You
the nuts.
have
okay.
to jam.
All right.
Yeah,
I
No,
need
like
to jam.
boo.
I need
No,
to
you have
jam.
to jam.
Let's see
the
what he
Because
does.
guy's
what
got
I was about to
like
say, they usually don't raise thinly enough for value. So if they're raising, they have a pretty strong hand.
Okay. Just
Blast,
jam
jam.
it. Just
Yeah,
jam it. Okay. And we're thinking that he's not going to get away from a hand like King that he's played so well.
absolutely not.
no,
No chance.
he probably I think he'd snap cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, yeah. Do you remember
I
if
was
this guy
surprised.
snap called? I assumed he did.
Yep. I was
Yeah,
surprised.
well, I mean, I would just say like you're sitting here and you're saying, okay, well, he's either bluffing and he doesn't, or he has a very strong hand. He's super polar because he doesn't raise thinly enough for value here.
Right.
So he has a strong hand. Stick to all the money. I ran into this the other day and I fucked up and I did something similar to you did and I missed fucking another 70 big blinds because I didn't re-raise
Right.
all in when he would have called me because I was like, well, what if he's got, but I was like, wait, he's never going to do this with thin value. He's not going to do this thinly, even though I look weak. So
Right. Although he
that's a
did
jam.
do, although technically this is quite thin.
That one is kind of thin, but
Yeah.
then again, at this point, his hand is super under wrapped.
Yeah.
So, and you haven't bet once throughout the entire thing. I mean, I would say that this is a slam dunk re-raise if I was him. Like I'm
Mhm.
re-raising here if I
Right.
played it like this, even though I'd never play it
Yeah.
like this.
Right. But you're not calling a jam, are
No,
you?
no, you
Right.
jammed up
But
and
he
I'm
is.
folding.
But he is.
Yeah, he is.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. All right. That was Lewis. Melanie. Oh,
Yes.
here's some garbage. King nine off in the big blind to a limp.
Um, if I would be playing my usual NL5, I would just be re-raising that and getting a fold.
Okay. That is
Uh,
solver approved. King nine absolutely has some, mixes, raises, and calls here. We're going for
okay,
the raise.
there we
Is that
go.
your size?
Maybe 4.
Okay. All right. Good enough. 4 is fine. The wizard actually mixed between 3 and 5 was what it was set up to do. The new wizard, I think, has only one size. Don't know what it's going to be. All right. He donks into you.
What? Okay, 5 into 6. I think that's a very clear sign that we should just fold.
Right. So let's first look at his stats and see, do we even want to consider this just being Nuffle land? Just do we want to consider this as Nuffle? His stats are, we have 4 hands on him. So we have no Nuffle information.
Yeah, 4 is not enough.
Right. So this seems like a normal fold, but just thinking for a second, you believe that he limps an ace, has an ace, and then chooses to donk an ace.
I think he limps probably only weak aces,
Mm-hmm.
like with a weak kicker. And then if he does have an ace, I think he's going to donk. The other thing that he could donk with is a spade draw.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe he has a queen.
Yep.
Either way, against all of that, we're not performing very well. So even if he's just doing this with a flush draw, yeah, second barrel is coming probably, I guess.
So I expect that I fold here, and that the reason I put this hand in is to see what he had. But
Okay.
looking at this, and I probably at the time thought this, yeah, I'm not ahead, but can I get a good enough read on him from this that I can take this pot away from him? Is this not an ace? And when I look at it, I'll tell you right now, this does not feel like an ace to me. I will be surprised when we turn this hand over and see an ace. I will expect to see some mediocre queen, some tiny pocket pairs, and maybe the flush draw, straight draw, but I don't think any of the straight draws limped particularly. So yeah, some terrible flush draws. That's what I expect to see. So I just fold, and you're going to get another hand that goes post flop. Let's see what it is. Yeah.
Come on, Scotty, what are you doing?
Yeah. I just didn't pull the trigger properly based on my belief. If I felt like I was the best player in the world, I would have called this bet.
I'm very surprised you didn't. Even though, like, this is not a big size. Even though it's a big size for the pot, it's not really a significant
Right.
size.
Yep.
I'd
Well,
give it a
boy,
call and see what he does on the turn.
right. And doesn't it feel like it's one and done?
Yeah, if he checks the turn, I bet
Ah,
75 on the turn.
Yep. That was the other thing about this bet size. You go, oh, yeah, but the size is so big. Some people play the bigger size for the one and done. I want a real answer. And I gave him an answer.
Yeah,
He can take this pot away from me.
if he if this is a 3-bet pot and he came out and bet almost pot on the donk for pot, I'd say yeah, it's definitely just fold.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
definitely one of those. It sounds like I'm salesman for the Nuffle strategy, but because we have the advantage of seeing cards on the site that I play on and the site that you play on, Scotty.
Yeah.
That every time I go against, my thought here, like this is clearly a Nuffle situation.
Yes.
And every time, when we look at the hands, and I've analyzed a bunch of them, I'm 90% wrong when I go against it. Sometimes they do have an ace here,
Yep.
but it's like just so massively against their value that I just don't deviate anymore.
Great.
They
Like,
tell you they have an ace
why
on the
would an
turn.
ace bet? It would like really if he's got an ace, he's desperate for you to bluff at it. I mean,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
it's so
You'd love to
dumb.
see. Yep. That was my thought. That was my thought. Now reviewing it, it probably was my thought in game, and then I went, ugh. 3 big
What's he
blinds.
worried about? The one flush draw? Seriously, like
What am I worried about?
people nuffle me all the time, man.
Right.
That
So
nuffle's paid for itself.
what is nuffling anyway?
Nuffle stands for neutralize flop leads. It was based on mass data analysis. And why am I the one talking? Someone else describe Nuffle.
Basically, it's a strategy play against when a fish in a single raise pot when a fish donks into you, and it's very effective. I mean, almost every time they donk into you, by the turn, you know whether you basically just get to win every pot that they donk into you.
And so
And here's
So
what,
it's-
and here's how that goes. Oh,
yeah.
sorry, no. So in Nuffle, They bet into you and you call with your range. Doesn't matter what you have. Value, draw, nothing, air, everything. You just call. On the turn, if their bet is under what?
I think if it's
Pot?
half pot or less,
Is
I'm
it is that is
deploying
there
Nuffle.
is there a size thing there, Mike?
What's that? What's the question?
So on the turn, so you call range in Nuffle. If they bet 2x pot on the flop, we're not Nuffle, we're not doing a straight up Nuffle, but they bet anything up to the pot, anything like this. So you just call and see what they do on the turn. When they
And
bet again on the turn, you are going to raise them with your entire range. You're going to raise them with all your air, and you're going to raise them to their pot, to what they bet plus the pot. Big raise, and they're going to fold, and they do it all the time.
okay.
If you have value, when they bet into you, you're going to call again. Now, is there a size restriction on the turn, Mike?
I
Where like
don't
if they
think
bet
so.
pot,
No, no. If you're facing, even pot size over 100% pot size bet, middle pair is the worst hand you call with.
yeah. So when you have showdown value against that, you call their bet on the turn and you let them keep bluffing. When you don't have any, when you have a bluff, when you had air, you raise them. And then if they call you on the river, you bet 70% with your value. I'm sorry, 70% with your air, and then they fold there. And this is based on the fact that they almost never donk their top of range.
Okay.
They donk a lot of bullshit like this that you get there, that you get to win. Now, in this case, I beat his bullshit, but you can't expect King Nine to always beat their bullshit. Someone said to,
And huge caveat, Melanie, this is only against weak players,
yeah,
weaker, fishier players.
yes,
You don't deploy this strategy against good thinking players.
right,
But good thinking players would not donk bet.
That's
They
yeah,
will exploitatively, they will though. Like if you're trying to exploit people, you will dunk bet if you know
right,
what you're doing because it
right,
makes sense.
But this,
Even though in Solverland it doesn't make sense, it's like, hey, this board's not going to be stabbed at high enough frequency, but they're never going to fold here with this, this, and this, so I can donk here, and they're always going to call me with my very strong top of range.
yeah,
but does this apply to like life situations where
yes,
like,
Oh yeah,
yeah?
yeah.
oh yeah.
So the start of it would be this in your mind. Watch other hands, the hands that you aren't in, when somebody in a single rated spot donks the flop, and just whenever you can, see how often that's strong.
Hmm.
And if in the game you're playing, it's sets and two pairs and they're betting because I have a good hand and I bet, then against that player, don't even consider this. But if you see what the mass data analysis was, that it's bullshit like this is a license for you to print money from this player. I only had four hands on him at the time.
So we didn't really know. Yeah.
We didn't know. The only indication we had was the open limp from the small blind and the bet. And I decided not enough. But I was very uncomfortable with my decision to fold because it just went, this doesn't make sense from an ace. And if he has a queen will fold by the river.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
I wasn't in the mood to bloat a pot to 16. Then on the turn, he bets 5 into it, and I go 5, and I go to 21, and he calls me with a queen. Then he checks, and I bet another
Wait, so
14 to
so
win.
if if you call the turn comes the two of hearts and he bets like 75%, you're raising him.
Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
I'm raising him. And if he calls, I'm bluffing the river, or I'm not
Well,
nuffling. I'm going all 3 steps if I'm nuffling. Neutralize
in,
flop leads. It came from Brad Owen,
There's a link in chat.
Brad
Thank
Wilson, Brad. Here we go. Chasing poker greatness, Nuffle. There we go. All right.
do you
Moving
guys
on.
do you never knuckle into like the nuts like ever?
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, yeah.
It happens.
It's usually whenever they are doing it. If you Nuffle, into the nuts, you probably did something wrong because that usually means that they were donking with some sort of draw that got there. When they continued, you tried to knuffle anyways, expecting because like I don't know, I feel like you can kind of tell when somebody has it or not when they're not when you're doing knuffle. Because if they go over bet the turn, like it's like this guy's not fucking around. Like I'm out of here.
You may have a little 1-2 selective
Yeah,
confirmation.
I mean that's
That's true. It
important.
could be one too. That
Yeah,
there's
it
I
could
it's
mean
be.
that
very easy to tell.
It could be.
I
All
mean
right,
that's
here we go.
important. That's kind
It,
of like leans more towards reads and
Yeah.
like that's
but it's not
not
that.
like
It's sizing. It's not. I mean, I guess that's kind of a read. But I'm saying if I'm playing 1-2 live poker, like I know when I'm knuffling and they got there or I'm crushed. I have to fold because they're
Yep.
not continuing. They usually will do, like say they see bet they donk the flop for like $15 with their bullshit, and in the turn they bet $15 again, raise the shit out of them with everything because with your air because don't have anything strong.
Yeah,
They're never.
the same size tell and all those things. Yeah.
But if they go 15 and then the turn comes, a nut changing card, and now they overbet and bet $100 on the turn, I'm like, fuck, I'm out of here. Like,
Yeah.
run.
I would not do enough a raise against an overbet.
No, especially not on live.
Against this, again, just even not on a nut changing turn, I would not call the overbet. I would
That's
go,
also
oh,
true.
yeah,
And especially like even sometimes there's blanks. Like we've been looking at the turn donks, and I feel like the turn donks have been super under bluffed. Like when they check call flop donk turn,
hmm
from what I've been seeing, it seems like a lot of those are under bluffed. I mean, I actually saw one the other night where it was a guy turned two pair and
right.
he donked out on the turn, but it was on a flushing card. He turned two pair, donked out. The guy in position, Min clicked him. He called. He checked the river. The guy checked back on the river, and guy had two pair. So I mean, it was an under bluff line. He has a strong hand on the turn when he
My
donks.
favorite thing about that story, Brian, is that you weren't in the hand, and that is also one of the most important things to learn. We learn the other player's tendencies best in hands we are not in. All right, next hand is Rebecca. If you would like this hand, we're just going to play through it just like we did. Just tell us what you would do, and we'll see what your opponent had. So if you feel like turning off your mic, you are welcome to. You do not have to. All right.
Okay, I'll give it a shot.
Excellent. You have a terrible hand. You have 6-4 suited in the small blind. We are punishing you, but it's folded to you. What would you like to do?
I will. Let's see. Hmm. I don't like. I always either raise or fold here.
Good. I like it.
We do 3.5.
Excellent. I went 3.2. Nicely done. Let's see if yours is better. All right. You get called. Sorry.
All right, I'm checking.
All right. We check. He bets pot.
I'll call.
Okay. We call once. That was one of the things we were calling for. Oh, sorry. What would you like to do?
Check.
Check. Okay, good. He bets pot.
Call.
Okay.
Oops. Oh boy. This is where the river always gets me.
Okay.
I need more river work.
Yep.
Hmm. I guess check and see what he does.
Okay. So that's fine. If this goes check, check, do you ever win? If it goes check, check.
Yeah, definitely. I'll check it.
Okay. Now, I turned this into a straight up bluff.
Oh, you did. Okay.
I did. The if and first of all, let's see how bad an idea it is. It's a bad idea.
Bad idea.
All right. Let's see how much he had. Let's see what he actually had. Just an ace. And he decides to throw in. He just decides, I'll take the last 10 big blinds. That seems almost silly from his point of view.
Why didn't you just jam for all of it? Just out of interest? Why did you leave 10 big blinds behind?
Because I believed that it was the same folds. and because I was playing with what Brad, other Brad, Chasing Poker Greatness Brad Wilson. I don't know which one's which now. I'm going to say that's Brad Owen. Brad Wilson uh, calls the paradox of live poker, which is that sometimes the jams are called more often than the sub jams because people say, why would you push all in and try to get me to fold a hand? So those were the reasons, and because this didn't seem too small. So I'm surprised that he raised the last 10 because I fold my bluffs. I don't fold the aces for only 10 more. And so that, and I, that's why I don't have to finish this sentence. Now, the thing about this hand is if you believe that that he still has bluffs left, if he's ever bluffing here, you can check the river. And when he checks behind, you can beat his bluffs. And when he bets and the size feels weak and you are deeper than this is a hand you could turn into a check raise based on his size because you can check it. So that was why I pointed out. But I don't think I'm deep enough to turn it into a check raise. And I also don't see the bluff that didn't get there. Lewis doesn't like the bluff. I don't like the bluff either, Lewis. I wasn't saying the bluff was good. I just did it. I don't think it's good either. And Lewis, you don't like and say why you don't like the bluff other than the fact that it didn't work. And I agree with you. I don't like the bluff either.
Well, I think the most likely hand he has is an ace, and I'm like,
Mhm.
are you gonna get top pair to fold for pot? And like, he could easily have two pair. Like, he'd probably raise ace queen and better,
Mhm.
free bet. So like, most likely it's like ace jack, ace nine, ace eight, ace. Like a lot of those combos,
Mhm.
there's a lot of ace combos and a lot of two pair combos as well, which are never folding.
Yep.
I mean, I think it's ambitious to get an ace to fold it blind be blind.
Right.
I mean, he bet twice on like a kind of like scary card,
Mhm.
and he bet big twice. Like what he bet big on the flop, which kind of makes me think he's you know might be a bit more ace weighted than if he bet like a third in position, in my view.
Yeah. Okay. Those are all good reasons. Here's where the bluff came from. First of all, this bluff should have a spade in its hand because it would be nice to have at least a little blocker from him getting there with a spade. But it's backdoor, so it's not as important. This was on the turn when I call a bet of this size, I have to have very, very good hands or draws. My draws are straight draws and flush draws. When I have straight draws and flush draws, the way I find the bluff is if I have a flush draw and the straight comes in, I bluff. If I have a straight draw and the flush comes in, I bluff. And if I get there, any other ones that I own all draws when I do this, and I would have donked on the jack expecting a check river from an
I
ace.
mean,
So
I
I
mean, this
did.
is a great card to donk if you got a value hand, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Well, there you go.
Because,
Yep,
yeah, but
yeah.
I mean, if this
So
is the one bluff and you're doing this with all the value hands, then
yeah,
sure.
yeah. So that's where it came from. Now on the turn, anybody want to fold the turn to a pot size bet?
Yeah, I wanted to fold. I thought it
I
was
don't think
kind of an easy fold, but I don't know.
yeah,
Maybe
I don't think it's a bad fold on the turn. Let's find out. I don't think I don't think that, even though we have a pair and a draw.
yeah, against a typical like normal opponent, that
Yeah,
seems like it's not bluffed enough.
yeah. All right.
I'd like kind of prefer to do this. If you know this guy's a reg, then
Yeah,
maybe I would. But like, I don't know. I feel like on the turn he's gone polarized.
yeah.
So like, you're kind of getting him to
Fold his,
like,
fold his.
yeah, like you're trying to get him to either fold a top pair or better. Or like you're gonna
Yeah,
fold out worse a lot of the
yeah,
time.
yeah. I don't think the other 10 big blinds, by the way, would have folded it out. I don't think so. So, taking a look at this, Rebecca, yep, six, out of the small blind, 6-4 is a perfectly good raise. If you care, even though it's 100% raise, the equity, not equity, with strategy plus EV. Hold on, I can't even get that. You won't even give me the, nope, doesn't give it to me. Okay. So anyway, perfectly good raise. He calls with his ace-7, perfectly normal. Flop is ace-6-5, spade club heart. Your 4-6 can check, it can bet, makes total sense. I'm gonna move you guys out of the way. Yep. Does a little less checking than betting. We checked it perfectly fine. He bet, in this case, I think he bet pot, right? He blasted.
Pot,
Yep.
pot.
He goes pot. So against pot,
Hmm.
we don't fold yet.
6-4 of diamonds has some slivers of folding.
Yeah, but that extra backdoor is enough. All right. So here we go. 3 of spades. That was the important card. 3 of spades. Check. He goes pot again. 18. That's
Jam
where you
and
bluff,
call.
surprisingly.
The bluff. Yeah.
That's where you bluff. But the call is okay. But you don't, so against solver ranges that have solver numbers of bluffs, Mike, we're never folding this hand. Against our opponents, you can exploitatively fold that based on your belief. And I did not find this. I did not find a jam there. Would have been funny. Would have been a funnier way to lose the hand. All right. So we call. And the river comes the jack of spades. And now, no donk bluff. No donk bluff.
No, I mean, it looks like these solves aren't run with donks, from what
Yeah.
I can see.
Yeah, that's possible. Yep. That's 32. And we don't bluff. We just win when we have the spade. All right. And we had diamonds. Diamonds does some folding. Okay. Diamonds does fold to a little bit, but mostly diamonds called on the turn, right, Mike?
The turn was jam or call.
Yeah. Check. So check bet. And the 4-6 with a diamond. Yeah. Yeah, they all. It's the spades that when you have that much equity, you just jam it on the turn. These do a lot of jamming too, but not okay. Diamond call folds on river. Yes. Yeah, he bets. He checks. He bets 32, and we fudge fold. Yeah, yeah. We only go. We only go with the nuts. We don't have a check raise bluff on that. There's a check raise bluff somewhere in here because there always is. All right. I believe that's everybody. Rodney is driving, right? Yes. Okay. Josh,
Yes.
let's see a Josh hand. You ready?
Yep.
Okay.
Quickly though, how would you run that line?
Why did I run it?
Yeah, like you thought he was gonna fold there?
Yeah. Yeah. I was trying to get an ace to fold, and I thought that 60 and 70 were the same to get the ace to fold.
Hmm. I, I just wouldn't say like if I was gonna try and get the fold, I don't think I'm donking ever.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, can you see?
I can see.
Okay.
And this one
Who
will be,
wants
I'll
this
do
one?
this. This one will be me. I haven't done one yet. All right.
Okay.
Here we go.
So, yeah, they limp.
Oh, let's absolutely ISO this guy. Let's go
This
to
guy's been limping everything, and like
right.
really loose as well, but like limping his entire range at this
What's
point.
his limp call? How often is he limp calling?
Every time.
How big have
Every
people been
time.
going?
15, 10, he'll call. Like he's
Okay.
been playing pretty much every time he limps, he calls. So
All right. I think I still want to go 15 against him. I don't think I want to push it up to 20 with this hand. I think I want to split my range and my sizes against this guy. And since he's not going to fold to 10, let's put in 15. I have Queen Jack beats his range. All right, you go 10. I got no problem with that. But let's not go 7 against this guy. All right.
I would never go 7, by the way. I would 10 is I go 10 against a limper. If it's
Yeah,
two
I meant
limpers, I go
actually
12.
9. Yeah, 9 was the size I meant, 4.5. And
Yeah,
yeah,
If it's two limpers, I go 12. If it's three, I go
yeah,
15.
sure.
If I'm out of position, I go 15 against one limper. I mean,
Yeah. If I had a better hand, I would go 15 against this guy. If now that you've told me he doesn't fold to it. And I would go 15 and I would consider start pushing up to 20 and find out where his fold edge is, either by watching how other people do it, and then with my best hands, go under his fold edge, and with my hands that don't want to be called, go above his fold edge, maybe. And if that's too big for the hand, then just fold it myself. All right. So he checks, I assume.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, he
we're going
checks.
to bet. I'm absolutely betting. And I'm going to bet on this one, 8,
Okay.
15.
I'll
Okay.
bet big.
Yeah. Betting big is okay too. With this, you're going to get a very, if I bet 15, I'm not betting the turn unless I improve.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. He calls the 15. So my equity improved. So normally I would continue the bluff against this guy. I don't think I want to continue the bluff. If you do, I'm
Yeah.
fine
Okay.
with
Can
it.
you tell me why?
Because
Tell me.
I don't think he's going to fold a 10.
This guy's way wider than a 10 if he's like super splashy, right? Like these
Yeah,
splashy guys don't fold anything on the flop. He probably don't fold deuces.
right. Okay. Those are
I'm
That's
betting
one of
here.
these guys that hate.
I'm betting here every time. I mean, when I played that fish the other day, or we
yeah.
went through the hands, and I was just blasting everything just because they're way too wide.
Hmm.
I mean, that's my strategy. And
Okay.
then like they're gonna tell you when they have a good hand. Like,
If I'm
and then
betting here though, I'm going to not overbet and I'm going to bet 35 to 40 if I bet. Let's see what you did. 35. Okay. He calls. All right, he checks. I am absolutely checking now. You can,
Yeah. Okay. That's what I did.
yeah, I can see why you would turn this into a bluff, but I don't, ugh,
Yeah, that sucks. That hand.
yeah, that sucks. And I
Um,
don't think, do you think he folds the river, this guy?
if you bet, look, I put it into the solver. I
Hmm.
node locked it. Do you want to see?
Yeah, you node locked it to
So
what? To saying that he,
to what I actually did,
oh, okay.
and then we'll show it. Solver plays it differently.
Hmm.
Which one do you want to see first?
Whichever one you put
So,
up.
This is dangerous
so
because you have to node lock his range, right? I mean, you got to make sure you have his range correct, that if he's calling everything and then continuing to call really wide.
yeah, that's what I did. Does
Okay,
that make it
cool.
bad? Like,
No, that's what you have.
No, we just got to make sure that,
I mean,
it's
this
node
is a
locked
different. This
correctly
is
in
a.
order to get a credible solve.
I mean, this is different as well. That's a free bet pot you're showing us. Like they're going to be very
yeah, it's the
different.
best I can do.
Yeah,
But,
that's,
all right, this.
I mean, let's look at it.
I put in his
Let's look at the
range.
range. Let's look at the range that it puts him on. Um,
Okay.
Calling the flop. That's way, way, way too tight for him.
Yeah. This is the range I gave him.
He's way tighter. He's
Yeah.
way wider than that. You told us he did. Yes. So that's not really.
Anyway, basically.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold
we'll
on.
go
You should.
try and
You
go
just
quick.
showed us the cutoff range. Yeah, he's way wider than that.
So it does bet it on the flop. It bets every time.
Okay.
Less with the club, which I was surprised at.
Right. And the size that it likes is
Big,
big. Okay.
I think. I think that's what it did.
Yep.
Maybe.
Yep, it goes 10.7.
Let's see. No, the size it likes is 40%, right?
Okay. 6. Okay.
That's naturally it likes that. Yeah,
Okay.
with everything. And here's right now. Naturally, so it bets. It's not betting these gut shots a lot, right? But
Right.
unless
Our
you've got
gut
the
shot
flush
that
draw with
and it didn't. We're now open ended, and it didn't bet it.
It didn't
Very
bet
well.
it, which I was kind of surprised at. But yeah,
Right.
okay. It's betting the king queen. Yeah, but it's not betting the king jack and the queen 10, the queen jack.
Right.
So what is that? It's betting the best gut shot. It's bets the best gut shot, but not the worst ones or something like
It
that.
bets the hand that beats the other gut shots on a showdown.
Yeah,
Weird.
something
Okay.
like that.
Yeah, but
And then
okay.
if you've got the flush draw, you just got so much equity.
Yeah.
You just want to put loads of money in, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
Queen Jack's an
Here's-
open ender. You don't want to get raised off your equity with Queen Jack, but King
And here's a
Queen.
problem I see with this already. This opponent, is he really seriously betting all those underpairs, all those King X hands? That's going to throw this kind of out of whack.
Yeah.
Because I would imagine he's not. I would imagine he's only going to be betting his value and maybe a draw or two, but not this range.
Yep.
Do you mean calling? Do you
No,
mean the button
is betting
betting? Or
when you check that this is not the button's response to your check, and therefore the solver, knowing that that isn't the button's response, the solver will change what it does on the cutoff.
right. So yeah, it wants to blast it anyway. Call. And then you should
Lewis,
fold, right?
Yeah, Lewis, would you put either your email address or your Discord? You're LP the God, right?
Yeah, you got
Okay,
me
I'll
on.
I'll send you the question later.
Yeah, I won't be able to do it now.
No, later, like later this week. I just had a question
And if
for
we
you.
bet
Can
smaller,
can it please not be 200 big blinds deep as well? Because it'll take too long.
It's 150 is what it actually is.
Okay.
You can change
Yeah,
it.
I mean, yeah,
It's all
okay,
it's a
maybe.
pre-flop only thing.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
It's just pre-flop.
so he should fold the turn, but he didn't,
Mm-hmm.
right? If you
Yep.
node lock it, this one's different. I got the suits wrong. Anyway. Yeah, basically, anyway, it wanted to jam. Well, I wanted to show you, but I've fucked it up now. It wanted to jam the river with the jack of clubs when the queen of clubs came in.
Okay.
What I was trying to show you, but
Okay, that's funny.
and then everything folds. That's not
Right.
like
Interestingly, Queen. If you go to the turn just on the play, and you'll see that every gut shot that called the flop. Let's see. On the Broadway side, you lose to all of them. King Queen beats you. King Jack beats you, and Jack 10 does not. Okay, so Jack 10 doesn't beat you. No, sorry, it's King Jack, King Queen. They all beat you, right?
Yeah.
Right, which is interesting. And then on the lower side, the gut shots, the 7-8 beats you, the 9-7 and the 9-8 you beat. Now the river comes the queen.
Yeah, and it wanted to at
still
this
beat
point
9-8.
it wanted to jam.
Okay.
It wanted to jam with the jack of clubs,
Right.
Right. Because then you can make every ace fold, every.
Yep. But you can't for pot plus 10 chips. You gotta go 2x, 3x pot to get the ace to fold, and I didn't. All right,
Just that line.
there we go.
I think
All
you can
right.
do a better line than that.
Up
What do you
next.
think, Brian?
I think there's like two options.
All right,
I
let's
think the
let's put up
flop
the
is
hand again.
bad.
Put up the
I
hand
think the
again. We'll
flop
do Brian's line.
is big. I think big bet on the flop is bad because then it kind of puts us in no man's land. Like I like either checking or doing Scotty's line, and I think and going small, but I think checking's better because this guy's gonna get there with too many aces. He's gonna have a wide range. He's gonna have too many aces, more than he should have. But we can make those fold by the river. So if we go check check here and he checks the turn, we know that he has no strong ace X at this point and he doesn't have two pair plus. So
Mhm.
we go if we overbet the turn, like I would go like 2x on the turn when it's like 20 bucks in the pot, I would go like 40, expecting his ace X to call and his flush draws to call, which I'm gonna make fold on the river. And then on the river, you kind of have filtered them to the point like even when you pick up showdown with your queen, you can say, well, his range is two things. He has straight draws, flush draws, and ace X. And I lose to a lot of that range. Like I lose to his king jack, obviously, all that stuff. And now, but he's donking all his king jack. So the best hand he has is like ace seven. And is ace seven going to be able to handle a jam on the river? Probably not. So, and
And
he
in
can
your
rip it on
line,
the
what's
river.
right? And with your line, what's going to happen is you have a very good chance to get him to fold to an
Ace
overbet
X.
turn.
Yeah, I mean he folds on maybe he folds on the turn, which
Yeah, I didn't know you had a very
it's
good
not what
chance.
I'm
Very
going
good.
for. I'm not
Yeah.
dying for him to fold on the turn, but he's definitely folding by the river a lot of the time, unless he had something very specifically like ace queen, which he doesn't have because there's no way he checks ace queen on the turn. So we basically can then condense it to the point that the best hand he has by the river is ace, a weak ace, and is a weak ace going to be able to handle an all in?
Right.
No.
So with that line, what does your line look like to him if he is a marginally thinking player? Doesn't have to be the best. He doesn't have to be great. You go check check on the flop, then the nine comes on the turn, and you overbet.
I
He might
overbet
ask himself,
pocket
why
nines.
would what?
Pocket nines.
Yeah, he might ask himself, why do you do that? Why didn't you bet on the turn? So yeah, pocket nines makes sense. And then on the river, but even then he might go, this doesn't make sense for an ace, but I only have a queen and it's three hundred
That's
dollars.
the other thing is even if it doesn't make sense, can
They
they still pull the trigger when
right.
you make
They
them
just
put their whole
say
stack
they
in?
say I know you're bluffing, and next time I'm going to get you, and then they fold.
Yeah, I
Oh, you
mean,
should look at the hand that I just posted.
All right,
but
let's
I
that's
do.
I like
I
that
did
better
check
than
back.
well, I
All
like
right.
that better than small bet on the flop because on small bet we're still not getting him to raise his weak ace X.
Mhm.
Like even though there's a lot of draws on the board, he's not going to raise because he's just not. It with a weak ace, it's not happening. He's just gonna go call, 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 and then kind of in a weird spot. But I like a check, overbet turn, jam river, or go big, very large on the river to get him to fold. Whatever size you think he's folding an ace to.
All right. Okay. We're gonna do a Sam hand. We're gonna do Sam hand, and then we're gonna go to Brian. That was the only one you had, Josh, right?
Yeah, that's the only one I got typed up. Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna do Sam because Sam is here now. And then we'll do Brian because Brian is always here. All right. So, which Sam, you want to do the second to last or the last one?
I think it's the last one.
Okay, I got it. Here we go. I'll put it up. Zoom, share. There we go. We are sharing. Here is Sam. And up for Sam's hand is going to be Dean. Welcome, Dean. This is your hand. All right, Dean.
Oh, why is this hand not hide? I must
Okay.
have clicked the wrong
All
button.
right. Don't look at your big blind. All right. So straddle's on. It's to the cutoff in a straddled pot. What do you want to do with Queen 8 suited Dean?
Crazy Daisy.
Okay. Would you ever fold this there?
No.
Okay. I would consider the fold because even though Queen 8 is clearly in the cutoff range in a two blind game, in a three blind game, Queen 8, think about Queen 8 in the hijack. Don't love it, right? So I'd consider folding it. I'm also fine with
But
playing
I
it.
wouldn't like fold it for 50 big blinds in the cutoff.
Six. Yeah, we're at a 50 big blind game. We are in a 50 big blind game. I would fold it in a 50 big blind game.
Yeah. 50
Yeah.
big blind game with a table bunch of fish, with a table full of fish.
I'd open fold.
Yeah,
All right,
I'm
but we
not
open
folding.
it. But we open it. That's fine. All right, Dean opened it also, so Dean gets to play it. You get
What
called with the small.
did you say you're more likely to fold it against calling stations, or you're less likely to fold it?
I'm more likely to fold it in a 50 big blind game because its suitedness and its straight drawedness go down in value. So now it's just a queen high. So I would rather play king 10 off than queen 8 suited here.
After seeing the big blind call with 7-8 off, would you still want to fold queen 8 suited?
No,
There you go.
I would absolutely want to open it if he's going to do that. All right. Ace king 8 checks to you. What would you like to do, Dean?
Yeah, it feels like a range bet.
Okay. Range bet like what size?
Half pot.
Okay. I expect Sam to go in that sort of half
Three-quarter.
pot, half pot area to get him to call with his weak shit and raise his strong stuff. Sam checks it. Oh, it's ace. It's an ace high board. Sorry. Ace high board. I just forgot that heuristic. Hungry Horse's heuristic in an ace high board is overbet or check, and this is clearly a not an overbet hand. Okay, so he checks. You would bet there, and let's just assume that if you bet he called, but you're going to take the check line. All right, here we go. You have value. He checks to you. What size would you like to bet? And would you like to bet? And the answer is yes, you would like to bet.
Yeah, we'd like to bet definitely.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like they'd have like a lot of aces because they'd probably bet them. So we hope to get called by something shitty without even looking at his hand, So probably my usual is like half pot.
Half pot. Okay. A draw will call more than that. And so you're really targeting a king and a queen here with your half pot bet because a draw will call, $40 here. Okay. Overbet. And Sam, is your overbet targeting the draw part of his range or the idiot part of his range?
Well, he's what's the word that he doesn't matter? It doesn't matter how much you bet if he had a pair.
Inelastic.
Draws are inelastic.
Yeah,
So-
they're like the draws are inelastic. Sometimes they check back. They check again with like ace 5, ace 4. Like king jack, queen 10. Those are all calling.
Okay.
And they usually don't fold a pair to one bet.
10,
Like if you
8.
bet-
Yeah, they're not folding a pair to one bet. As you can see here.
Yeah. Other than, of course, the guy's going to fold an 8. We know that. He's, of course, going to fold an 8 to this size. Yeah, obviously. He folded there. We saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Safe.
Right.
So there you go.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Binkified. All right. Let's see what he does. He bets 100.
Besieged.
Queen 8 though. We raise, we can get called by this probably, but that's what we're really be hoping for. Like,
yeah, you gotta ask what is his range.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. There's like a lot of king 7, even ace 7 that maybe did.
Ace 7 seems the most. Ace 7 suited seems the most likely thing to take this line.
It's not a bluff. It's never a bluff. Like if I have one pair here, I'm folding all day long.
Yeah, one pair, I'm 42, but I'm not folding this.
Yeah, I like that. I like that you called and didn't raise this, even though you have 2 pair.
Yeah,
because he's 2 pair plus, and there's only one 2 pair plus. There's only 2 pair pluses you beat.
Queen 7,
Yeah.
queen 8, 7.
Yeah.
If I have ace 7.
If you had ace king, would you this is a slam dunk, right?
Yeah, but I wouldn't have ace king here, right? I would just bet the flop with ace king.
Yeah, okay. So it's ace 8.
I wouldn't have
ace queen.
No, I wouldn't have ace queen. I'd probably bet the flop too.
No, king queen is the best 2 pair you have that checks the flop.
Yeah, but I will have a straight here. I will have a straight here. I will have Jack 10 here.
Yeah.
And I will
Oh,
probably have I probably have pocket sevens.
Yeah.
I will have A7 all offsuit and suited. So probably the bottom is A7. I would probably raise A7.
Yeah.
You bet your pocket sevens on the turn here for 75.
No.
Yeah.
Well, he's deciding to turn him into a bluff at that point. He's not.
Yeah, like I'm bluffing with sevens. Sevens has no showdown because we established that he has
when
a
he
lot of
checked his
ace
check, he has showdown here a lot.
Yeah, but I would take a smaller sizing with pocket sevens. I'd probably go 50 or like close to pot 45.
Because you're not trying to get folds from an ace or a king yet.
Yeah, I'm trying to get him to call and then just jam the river.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but if you have more stack depth behind, you should go bigger with your sevens here because you know he's going to call one time, but you just can't go big because you want to have that stack depth to make them fold on the river.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in terms of the hands, when he gets to the river and he donks out, and we say that it's two pair, in any reasonable world, he folded ace 7, 8-7 to this bet.
Yeah.
It has to be exactly 8-7 of spades. That's the only 8-7 that makes any sense here.
Or 8-7 offsuit.
Yeah, of course, that one. But I mean, your bet here folded out a lot of them. So when he gets to two pair on the river,
it's just a call.
He can have ace 7 makes sense, king 7 makes sense.
See, I almost want to fold here because
I was about to say by the river, you kind of want to fold because you only beat two pairs, and you know he has two pair plus.
Yeah, if I didn't see the guy bluffing like two hands before this, like a couple hands during the session, using these like dumbass sizing, I probably just fold.
So there's just like draws and shit.
Yeah, like I've seen him use this like smaller sizing as a bluff. So I'm like in game I'm like I really don't beat anything unless he's turning like king 5 of clubs into a bluff.
Right. And you're seeing this bet and folding a single pair to it. And folding a king makes sense. I'm not folding ace jack to this instantly because I also think this bet half pot also looks a little bit like someone setting their price who has showdown value, who wants to play for 100 and not 200 or 300.
Yeah.
So ace 5, ace 10.
I think they call a lot with that stuff and then go for a smaller size when they do want to do that. This just looks like value. This looks like value. Him trying to get value.
Yeah.
I'm just saying
this call donk river is call then donk river is usually pretty value oriented.
Brian, would you do this though? If you say there are only not two combos, but two hands, because we didn't count all the suits of them.
Yeah,
but if you said there's only two pair combos we beat, and the 8-7 is not very likely.
But then you can reduce some with ace king. Like he doesn't have ace king.
Yeah,
he did 3-bet.
Right.
He can reduce some ace queen, king queen.
Don't you think it's a good idea to think that he has
the best one, I think.
So of his bad ace X that got here, hey Chuck.
Yeah.
Of the bad ace X that got here, does a half of it, a third of it do this?
If for a smaller size, I think.
Okay. See,
I think they go like 60.
Okay.
With a bad ace X if they're trying to set a price.
Does a third of those aces do this, or do they always do it?
Maybe,
so you can add those,
maybe they do.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can add those to the target value hands that you beat.
Yeah. This is unfortunate. This is like an unfortunate unable to raise spot.
Yeah. I
don't
want to raise there.
Yeah.
Sutton, have you gotten has Sutton gotten a hand yet?
I don't think he has.
I haven't been here that long either, though.
All right, welcome. Let me give you a hand. All right, let me give you the next Sam hand. I'll do 2 Sam hands. Here we go. This is Sutton. Boom. Nicely done, Sam. You got this creating hands thing down. Cover that up, Sutton. Here we go. All right. So you get an early open.
Oh.
And a re-raise.
That's a
What would you like to
straddle.
do with
Open
king ten
a
So
suited?
straddle.
We have a
Oh,
late
that's the straddle.
open.
Oh, he's the straddle. Okay, you get an open. You get an open into this. You get an open from the cutoff.
So we got straddle on, we got open from the cutoff. Playing small blind here. No information on cutoff. Looks like we are about 100 straddles deep. Playing three better fold, especially with straddle on.
Colton Coates, could you please
so
report
I'm
to the
gonna
main office?
go.
Colton Coates to the main office.
Sorry, not from Superman.
What is that?
Who's in the hospital?
No, I'm at school.
Oh, you're at school. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
I am gonna raise. I'm gonna either three better fold here. Probably looking to go 3 or 4x here. Probably want to go bigger, 4x. So looking at 150 probably.
I like it. 145. I like it. There we go. You get called by the straddle and called in two places.
By the
Okay,
way,
that-
the straddle tank. Think about it, and called.
Right.
So you're already deciding that he probably has queens,
I'm like,
jacks.
yeah.
ace,
In
king,
my
ace,
mind,
queen.
I'm like, yeah. In my mind, I'm like, this is either ace king, pocket tens, pocket jacks, pocket tens,
Right.
Ace queen.
pocket queens, ace queen suited.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're pretty typical like ace.
Yeah.
It's like you're thinking. Actually, both of these I think have very similar ranges. Where you're thinking like a lot of nines, eights, nines, tens, jacks, some queens, some ace king, some ace queen. And so we get this board here. So we can. I guess we have two players behind. We have three bet out of position here. Ace high board. I think we have to play pretty. I think we need to play based on our hand strength a lot here. And I say that because there's going to be quite a bit of ace X in our opponent's range. If we check with this dynamic texture, I suspect we're going to see a lot of betting from ace X. If we check and it checks behind, then I think we find out a lot about the range at which our opponents have. It probably doesn't have much ace X. It probably is a lot more weighted towards those jacks, tens, jacks, tens, nines sort of portion of the range.
Mm-hmm.
If we bet and we get called, I think we find out very little about their range. Because it could be, something like, think of like a queen, jack, of spades, maybe, especially from cutoff. Jack, ten of spades, but it could also be like king, queen, or something like that. So I think betting and does not help us to define what is going on here. So I like the option of checking.
I'm here to justify why he bet out because so you checked this flop. I checked this flop also. Sam, but Sam's not here to justify why he bet.
I'm
Did
just
anybody
telling
else
you
bet
that was
100?
dumb.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like to see bet on this board, even with
In the
our
two
Even
players
multi-way?
out of position.
even multi-way. Yep.
There's
All
no way you're getting this through like ever. And then what are you gonna do? Like, there's no good terms.
Well, hold on.
with
Don't
for your
tell him why he's
hand.
wrong.
The other
Don't tell
No,
him
I
why he's
want to know
wrong.
why I want to know why you want.
We're gonna
why you
run,
like
and I just
that.
want to hit one question. Sam, did you say you liked this bet now, looking back on it, or you don't?
No, I hated it.
Okay, good. Okay, Mike is the only one who likes
Like,
this bet.
it's
Mike, what
all
do you
that
like about this bet?
The board is, I mean, you're not betting for value right now. You're setting up bluffs.
Okay.
It's very tough to bluff here with the SPR where it's at.
Yeah.
With
I was about to say we have to jam the turn
three
basically.
players, I think that's if we were like 300 big blinds deep, maybe, but like right now, we're never gonna fold like ace.
I wouldn't.
Jack.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm never
So
trying to
those are
get
good
ace
reasons.
queen to fold.
So Mike,
Yeah, that's a good point with the stack to pot ratio. I'm still on board with a C bet now and just kind of see how it goes. Yeah, it's risky. It's risky, no doubt.
okay. So I have my question for you. Is your plan if it goes bet raise, you're done, right?
If somebody raises, oh God, yes.
You're done, of course. Okay. If it goes bet call, so they both
I'm
call,
done.
are you
I'm
done?
done. Yep.
Okay. If it goes bet fold call,
Then I continue. I evaluate. I see what's going on.
and if it goes bet call fold,
Same thing.
do you draw a distinction between second to act and last to act?
Not really.
Okay.
Second
Not
act's a big
enough.
deal.
Not enough
I
to make a
do.
difference.
That's
Second
the
act
one
is a
thing.
big deal.
Yeah, that's the one thing I would reconsider in your line. I would try to draw a distinction between second act and third act
Yeah, the
here.
second act should theoretically be tighter
Right. And
than
since you're
the third player to act
right,
ending
yeah,
action. But
yeah, and since you have showdown value, I mean, against the draws you do, and and this is and your bet here, I think we all admit, even if it's a good bet, your plan is squirrely at best, right? It's at least a chipmunk. It's not an elephant, right?
sure, sure.
Yeah, sure. Because my metaphors make no sense, so might as well agree. Um, so with that, that's why the little extra oomph of second act and third to act, I think you should draw a distinction in this hand because this line is razor thin. So the difference there seems like enough to push it in one direction or the other. Okay, there we go. So you get the fold there. You get a call there. Let's continue the plan unless something weird happens. Something weird happened. What would you like to do? And the one thing, this hand went to
Sutton.
Sutton. This is going to be your hand, but you can have another one since you didn't take this line. And then we'll ask.
Yeah, I mean, so now that I've bet small, I think so yes, we enable nines, tens, jacks, and even queens to potentially continue here pretty with the small bet, playing in position for them.
Yep.
Especially if they have a spade. But the problem is, like, this player also, I do agree with, like, the chat here could be the wider of the two. Like, they know they're closing the action pre-flop, so they can have like queen ten of spades, perhaps eight nine of spades, nine ten of spades. Like, they have spade draws. So I think the spade is pretty bad for us. Not to mention the issue with the ace X. So I want to check. I wanted to check on the flop. I want to check again on this line now.
Okay, sounds good. Mike, it's your line. The spade came. Do you want to continue? Are you making it a two-street bluff now into
No,
a
I
possible
think I
spade?
would check here. I think I would check here.
All right, check, and he checks behind.
Like if I had aces, if I had kings, if I had what would I have? Queen ten of spades, maybe? Could I have my flush draws? I don't have as many. I mean, yeah, I think I'm just checking my entire range.
Okay, here we go. Deuce of diamonds. What would you like to do, Sutton?
Okay, so at this point, I find it very difficult to believe this player has a flush. Like, I think that flushes would bet a lot on the turn, not necessarily out of fear or anything, but just like the SPR, just you get the money in here. So
yeah,
and if we have like I don't know, if we had queens with the queen of spades, I think that'd be weird, but I think so. The options here are check, and I think it checks back quite a bit because if they have that nines, tens, jacks, queens portion of range, they're going to check back. The question is, like, do they have ace X that checks back on turn? And how will that behave if we check? I think that very well may check back. I think we could bet. I think we have a few options here. I think we could bet small and try to get a crying call from like the nines through queens portion range that may just not believe. So if we spent something like B30, and I think that's a fair amount. That's like 18 combos of hands that I think could potentially be there. We're going to lose sometimes to some of that weird ace X, but I think that we eliminated some of that on the turn by the check back. Especially like if you had like ace queen with the queen of spades or something, like I think it would bet turn. We're going to value, and then we're going to, even that small bet puts kings in a weird spot. And then, like, I guess I need to think a little bit about the idea of jam here. Jam to me is going to, I think, fold out the nines through queens.
Absolutely. If you jam, you're trying to get an ace to fold. That's what you're trying to do with a jam.
I don't know if an ace is going to fold for it's not gonna, it's gonna be like a little more than pot here. Does an ace fold? If we believe that we can get an ace to fold, I think that jam is the way to go because we're gonna win this pot all the time.
We don't have and by the way, we don't have the best king.
We do
King
not
Jack
have,
or King Queen folds. That's a huge win.
yeah. So I'm not sure which is the better pathway to bet small, get called by the under pairs, or if jam is the right way and try to fold everything. I'm not sure we're big enough. Like if I had a spade, if I had like somehow I had queen jack of spades here, what sizing would I use? Would I use, do I think an ace ever folds?
You'd go, I think you might go 300 to 400 to ensure that an ace calls.
If I think that 300 or 400 is going to be the borderline, then yeah, I'm just going to rip it here. Because that's going to fold everything, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Sam
Leave
goes
that.
for the check with showdown value.
Yeah, I was in the jam,
Right.
team jam.
Right. And Brian, are you in team jam?
I just
Given
want
this for
a
the consistent line?
consistent line. Is that when we decided we weren't going to get ace X to fold when we see about the flop, and that's why we all hated it so much. So I would say that it's kind of a bad idea now if we think if we're not getting ace X to fold. I think we
Did we
have
think we weren't going to get
more.
ace X to fold by the river, or did we think we weren't going to get ace X to fold on that one bet?
I was in the boat of like ace queen and ace jack aren't folding by the river. Now it's
Right.
slightly different because a flush did come in. So
Yep.
maybe
We don't look
you
like
can
we have
get
a
ace
flop.
X to fold, but I don't want to take that line. I want to take my showdown value here, and I'm going to lose sometimes. That's a hand that's folding.
Yeah.
It's a hand they should never have, but
I didn't
it
know
is
he
what it
had
is.
that hand. I didn't
Yeah.
think the ace jack was folding to my bullshit.
Yeah, that's what I would agree. If we say that we give him a range that's stronger than what it is, like apparently ace he has a six, but if we said he has a consistent range of like, some stronger aces and pocket pairs and suited Broadway, then I don't want to bluff. But if he has more of this within his range, then I guess if you can way
It's
more
okay.
weak ace X.
I remember his face now. Next time we'll
Right.
jam on him.
Gotcha.
I like the check. I don't think this is bad. I think that if
Now,
you go a consistent line, then you probably shouldn't jam this river.
I should check the fucking
But
flop. That's what
Check
yeah,
I
that's
the
what I say.
flop,
So
But
Sam,
yes.
what's the
let's play
consistent
the
line
handout.
though? I don't understand why is betting the flop, checking the turn, and jamming the river not like what's not consistent? What do you mean?
I'm
Like
saying
that
what's
would
not
be a line
consistent
that I
is
would
that,
take if I had aces, if I had kings, if I had a flush, if I had a set of
yeah,
eights,
so
with I somehow
so
three bet eights.
oh, I'm saying that here we're sitting here saying that we didn't like the C bet because we think we're not getting ace jack, ace queen, ace 10 to fold by the river. So now saying when we get to the river, saying let's jam to get ace X to fold becomes inconsistent and not logical in our thought process. And it becomes a bad thought process because we're
It's not.
saying,
Yeah.
Except for one thing, Brian, and I
Yeah,
agree with you,
and I
which
guess
is
I wasn't
the
thinking
spade.
that we could get ace X to fold. That was my thinking. So I guess
okay.
it's just
Yeah,
No, yeah, no,
Mike's
if
the one who
that's
bet the
that's
flop.
fine. If that's your thought process, that's
Right.
completely fine. I'm saying that in my thought process here was that I don't think I'm getting a strong ace to fold by the river. So why would I now on the river decide I'm gonna get that strong ace to fold when I already said prior to this it's not gonna happen.
Now, Mike, in your line, assuming that the turn is not the evil spade, if the turn is a blank, deuce of hearts, deuce of diamonds, um, you were going to jam turn was the way you were going to play against him?
No, I don't think I'd jam turn. I think I'd consider betting small and then potentially jamming turn, but like the stacked pot ratio is starting to get a little weird.
That's what I'm
I
asking.
could still check. I could still check behind on blanks too, maybe. I don't know.
Well, you had a plan. You had a plan, and the plan got upset by the
Yeah,
spade.
the
We already
plan
talked
was
about
when we
again
see
two.
that the flop, the plan was this king 10 of hearts is a bluff, and
Right,
that's the line we're taking.
right. So you bet here. This is the deuce of diamonds. Is your bet now small and then jam the river, or is your bet just jam the turn?
Yeah, it kind of has to be
No,
jammed.
yeah, I think jamming river's better just because the stacked pot ratio is not good.
So what's your
If
what's
you
going
go
on? Oh,
200, if you
hold
go
on.
200 here, that makes it 1,000, and we have 500 left.
Yeah.
That's pretty. That's maybe close. Maybe you could go smaller even. Could you go 150 and then jam river? I don't know.
Well, that was the
Anyway,
thing.
anyway, my point is I'm not arguing that my
Yeah.
line is the line you have to take, guys. Everybody's
No, no,
wrong.
no, no. We know
I'm
that.
saying that it's an option, and I kind of like the C bet on this board.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm saying that I didn't like the C bet for the reasons I stated, and that's why I wouldn't run it on the river. Is
Right.
because I would say he has more of that strong ace X, and I'm not trying to make that fold on the river.
Yeah,
And
and I was
Sam.
kind of the opposite. I thought we could get like
Yeah,
a
if that's it's I would say it's super player dependent. If I said I saw this guy lay down a bunch of big hands throughout the session, I would say then maybe I would still like to check because I think then I'm just going to run it across turn and river and say he has a lot of showdown ace X here, and I'm going to make everything fold versus running it from the flop. I just want the information here in a three bet pot on an ace king board with two players in position. I would really like to check and see what they do behind me is part of it.
Right. So Sam, let's play this hand out with the line that you would have preferred to take. So you check the flop, and it's going to go like this: check, check, and it's going to check, check, check on the flop. The turn is the 7 of spades. What do you want to do, Sam?
Well, the pot would be 200 less,
Yes,
440.
440. Pot's 440, and you
We
got
would
850.
have 850 left.
Yep.
And when he checks back the flop,
Mhm.
they both check. They
Right.
do not have a set.
Mm-hmm.
And the flush comes in. What do we want to
Mhm.
do? His range could still be very strong. It's still uncapped. I would check here.
Okay. You check the queens with the queen of spades. I think are going to check behind again.
Yeah, this guy is
Get it.
definitely like, given how he played a pre-flop, he's
Yeah.
not gonna stab.
Yeah. He checks again, and player 8 checks again. The river is the deuce. What do you want to do? So it's
So
going
when
check,
they
check, 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 check.
both check, there is no point in betting here.
Yeah. Now you really do have folding value. You really do.
Yeah, there's no point in betting here because like an ace is not gonna fold. But if we check and somebody bets, they are extremely capped because they did not bet the flop, they did not bet the turn. And if they use a small sizing,
You
I
can
would turn this hand into a bluff.
Right. That's nice. Okay, so this is the hand. This is the hand to see what we were talking about in the 6-4 suited that I played wrong here, which is this hand can often go check, check, check and win. But when it goes check, check, bet, it almost never wins. And if he bets,
No.
there's 440 in there. And if he bets 200 into 440 or
Yeah, if he has
150,
like a weak ace, he probably bet like below 200 even.
right. So he bets, so he comes along here, he bets 150, you jam. That ace is gonna
Yeah.
have a real hard time calling. And your
I like-
jam now is gonna be for 700 more. So the pot is 200, the pot is 240. He bets 200 into it, let's just say. So now there's 640 in the pot and you've got 655 left. I think you might be able to get this ace-6 to fold. Might work.
Yeah.
It's like to have a lot more money behind in these lines.
Yeah. Well, it'd be nicer if he bet 125 then instead of 200. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Right. And there's a certain number at which you go, well, he's pot committed. He's not going to do it. And you don't do it. And you either call or fold, probably fold.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think an ace is folding even if I jam here. That's the thing. The pot is too big. My stack is like it's just a little over pot.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what the hell?
All right, here we go. All right, so next hand, this is going to be Sutton again because Sutton wasn't going to bet the flop.
My turn.
Your turn. Let's see what it is.
Hands.
Hands. Oh, you got it. Yes, go. Thank you.
Jeez, Scotty.
There we go. Go, Sutton. You get a Brian hand.
Okay.
Yeah, get ready to punt your stack.
Go.
All right.
If you don't punt your stack, Dean will punt his stack on the next one.
Hey, by the way,
Uh,
Sutton's breakdown of what he does on the river with all of those options, jamming, betting small, checking, was really good.
oh yeah, this will be a really this one has to do
Good
with
job,
what we
Sutton.
Thank you.
talked about earlier. Oh, sorry. It's your turn.
Okay, so
Sutton.
we got a early position limp here, and then we got open at 15. Playing pretty
That
deep. Deep, it looks like. Yeah, I'm three betting this all day. I probably go 50, but 45 is
okay.
fine.
Yeah, I think 50 is good too. Get
Yep.
cold call and then called there.
Cold call. All right,
Uh,
so we're going three ways here. So when I think about, okay, we got a,
You stop thinking now.
okay, so thinking about the ranges at play here for this cold call behind this guy. So wait a sec. So we're like, can you just back that up one step for me real quick, just so I can see? So the pot was, I'm sorry, I know what it is. Pot was 150. All right, good. Okay, so we're like SPR just over one. Well, okay, so guy cold calls here and then donks for B50 essentially. The cold calling range, and I'm thinking about, we've kind of expressed it already in this call, somewhere from eights to queens, ace king, ace queen. And so that is not a lot of jack X in that range. Like, and the question is
but
like odds, everything.
that
The question is about like ace jack. Is ace jack in range? Well, I guess maybe like ace jack suited, which kind of with this texture in our hand means that there are two combinations of ace jack suited still in play. But does ace jack donk? Like donks tend to be weak. And so like if he has tens here and we jam, he folds. So I don't think that's a good option. If he has a jack, like, and we jam, we're screwed anyways. So that's no good. Like the one like area that maybe we do get some value out of is ace queen, which may not be able to fold, but I don't think I see the value in raising here, because if he is, if he has like tens, I don't think that this is helpful. And this is traditionally a weak play, even though it is multi-way, which makes it stronger.
you have to consider this is multi-way three bet pot.
Yeah, and so it is a bit stronger, but I'm not folding. I'm not folding here, I don't believe. I'm calling.
I agree. I called here. I was already very concerned though, because I know the range that you give them. I'm saying that the range that they cold call with is all those hands you stated plus Broadway type hands. Like those are the types of hands they usually end up calling with.
Queen jack suited, king jack offsuit, maybe even.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Right.
I think, okay, maybe. I mean, if you think that, then, oh man, well, here we go. So now yeah, like, so. So we sit here, we look at this, now we have, so things I'm thinking about. I guess I'm in like kind of bluff catch checklist mode now. So do I beat value? Ace queen, possibly. Ace queen has the kings, makes it so he's got the best ace if we don't have ace king. So maybe, is this player capable of bluff? I have no idea, so I'm assuming no. Is the size?
I wasn't sure. Wasn't sure with this
Okay,
player.
so I don't know. Is the size big for the game? It's a $2 blind game. We just put in
Actually, let me restate. He was capable of bluffing, but for small, insignificant sizes.
small. This doesn't seem small to me, so I don't
This
like
the
that.
seven. Is this our 7-8 guy offsuit who we saw? Or no, that was
No,
a Sam hand.
this
That
is
was
my
Sam's.
hands. This is my
That
hands.
was
This is my
Sam hands.
hands.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have we induced? We three bet, we called. I'm going to say we have induced here. Are there bluffs available? We have the king of diamonds, which seems like the most likely card that one would need to be bluffing in this spot. So the checklist doesn't really bode well, but the
other
SPR
thing,
and the math is the math here.
I have another question though. What hand are fishy recreational players always scared of? Ace king.
Yeah, ace king. I mean, but he can also have ace king.
Yeah, you can. Yes.
And so now this, like we were talking about king jack as a possibility, there's only one combination of king jack suited. Could he have king jack off? I don't know this. I don't know. It seems less likely. I think this is a call, even though I definitely don't love it. I think
The guy is just sick and tired of Brian. Had enough.
All right.
That's
I don't.
possible. That's
There's only one
possible.
thing I want to point out in this hand. The king
Yeah.
did not improve your hand. It looks like it did.
No,
It didn't.
it doesn't.
Let's
That's
all
in my
realize
head.
that. The only thing the king did was it gave you 2 more outs.
So
It
when
did
I was
not
looking at it,
improve your hand.
yes, was that I have 4 outs right now and I'm not ahead. Um, I just basically I said at best I'm up against ace queen. I don't. This does not feel like ace queen, and I have 4 outs to improve. Is basically what's going through my head. I have 8% here.
You have nowhere near
Um,
the pot odds. Yeah.
yeah, that's what I ended up. I ended up making a decision to fold because I didn't think I had the pot odds to call, and I assumed I was behind. And I looked at him and said, "I know you have at least a jack right now." I fold, and he said, "Good fold," and showed me this, and I was like, I had 3 outs apparently.
Yes.
But this is I wanted to show this because of you guys weren't. I don't know if you guys were here for the Nuffle we talked about earlier. How this is an entirely different situation than Nuffle. Like I was much less inclined to call here because I was like, this is not a normal Nuffle situation. This is much different.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was interesting. We made the right fold, but it is what it is. It's
I love that he
frustrating.
showed you.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Now I'm
And we
gonna
also
get.
saw, and we also got to see that he called a 3-bet with king jack off.
And why
Yeah,
do we assume he never has ace queen here or fucking
I
stupid
didn't. I
shit like
didn't.
ace 10 or
I agree. It's because I have ace king. They're always so scared of ace king that I was basically like, he's not jamming into me when they always think you have ace king.
Mhm.
Like, I don't know. I'm like, I don't, this just doesn't feel right. He goes, that's a large size into 2 players on an ace jack jack board. I'm like, does ace king, ace queen do that? Some portion of the time, I guess. Um, does he does have some ace queen, but I think he has more combos to contain a jack than he does ace X. The way he played it.
so
I
and
don't
you
know.
only had to be right like 20, he bet 130 into
Oh shit, I closed it.
something like 20%, right? It only had to be right like 20% of the time.
Yeah, I had to be right 20% of the time, and I was basically pretty convinced that I was behind and had 8% to boat up.
And you were 90% confident of that.
Yes, I was very confident that I was
Yeah.
behind.
Yeah. All right. Everyone, let's see, has everyone gone twice already? No. So who hasn't gone twice? Melanie, Rodney hasn't gone at all, but he's driving. Melanie, you're up.
Sure.
Oh, you guys are gonna say, I know what you guys gonna say. Probably don't open this.
It's there. It's there.
We were deeper, so I kind of expanded a little bit of my opening
That's
range to suited hands, suited connectors
that's
and stuff
there.
like that.
That's in the
Not
hijack.
to this size. Not to this size. It's not.
No.
Brian.
No.
That's true. All right.
So we get 3 bet,
Yay, you
and
get
he's
punished, but
now,
only a little bit. Only a little bit punished.
yeah, he kind of gave me a great price. So, Melanie, do you want to continue or fold or 4 bet?
Is this on me now?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. Well, since we've opened it, I think that we should be calling.
All right, I do end up calling here. I like a call. I don't hate the call. I think I like a call much better in position. Obviously, everybody does. Um, but he plays face up, so I think I can take advantage of him post flop.
Right.
Mhm.
What would you
Um,
like to do?
I would go for a check and then possibly a raise, depending on the size that this person bets.
Nice. All right. You check, he bets. He
check,
checks
check.
behind.
Okay.
Oh, hey.
Now it's time.
Boo.
Now it's time to do something. But the question is what? I think,
What is
I
his
mean,
range?
well, if he
What
would
is
have
his?
had, he
Yep.
would have bet. He could have anything that, well, there's not really much out there. He could have any under that he did not three bet. He could have threes and sevens, obviously, but he will not have 3-7. He would have bet a7, yeah, pocket pairs as said. And then he could have cards that are broadways that check behind because there's a club in it or there's a spade in it. And
I
this
mean,
was a single.
he three bets linearly, so he has a condensed three betting range here, is what we're looking at.
Three, did he?
Yeah, he did. He has ace queen, ace king, maybe ace jack suited, kings, queens, jacks, tens, maybe nines.
Oh, yes. Yeah,
Maybe
three
stuff
bet.
like that. He's
Sorry,
got from what I've played a couple hours with him now, and I saw him three bet a couple of times, and every single time it was a strong premium type of hand.
yes. If that's the case, sorry, I totally forgot about that.
You're good.
If that's the case, then he could have aces trying to be tricky, and then of course kings, queens, possibly jacks, and ace king. So we should be fairly certain that he will continue against the bet. And the question is, because like since he didn't bet the flop, I'm afraid that if we check, he's just going to bet small and going to get money in. That is why I would say we lead in a small fashion and hope that he's going to raise us.
What size do you want to use?
Maybe like 21 or something like that.
Yeah. I agree. I slightly disagree. I do something similar. I go 40. I actually think I should go bigger here. I think that kings, queens, jacks, tens aren't folding to one bet at the minimum. So let's go bigger. He calls.
I think you're flirting with a line where they do.
That's true. I mean, I guess
I think
I think
50, 60,
40s.
knowing that another bet might be coming.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I don't hate the size. I think that
Yeah.
I can probably squeeze out a little bit more.
Yeah.
I think I could probably go 45, 50.
Yeah.
But now we get an 8 on the river. What do you want to do, Melanie?
So he did call 40.
Oh, we don't have the nuts anymore.
We don't have the nuts.
Doesn't. Like
Yeah, he three
does,
bets 9-10. He three bets two linear, but he three bets 9-10.
he does three bet 10-9.
He doesn't. I'm kidding. I'm being sarcastic. He does not three bet 9-10. He's too linear with his three bets.
That would be concerning. But in that case, no, we still have the best hand. And the question is, how do we get the most value without, because we have the same stack sizes, 335, and there's 133 in the pot. Since he has only been calling, I think he proceeds cautiously already. And I'm not sure that ripping it in, Dean, is going to be the best. I think that we should go like, yeah, okay. Like I would have probably gone less than that, like 90.
I've got to stop typing. I got to wait. I'm sorry, Melanie. I should have not. I shouldn't. I typed too early.
Don't worry
I
about
wasn't
it.
trying to
Like,
lead the witness. I was just trying to participate.
don't worry. I think like I would have gone like 80, 90, trying to get a call. And then if he decides to jam, then of course we call. But I'm afraid that if we bet too big here, he's going to sniff us out.
So Melanie, I want to do one thing with this. I don't disagree with your size at all, but I want to just clarify. Are you targeting king, king, or ace, or are you targeting king, king, queen, queen, jack, jack, or are you targeting ace, ace? I mean, ace X.
Like,
That
obviously
make a
not.
decision that you don't want to go a number between the two. So you don't want to go a number that king, king folds, but ace, jack calls, and ace, jack will go more.
Okay,
So
like,
go.
sure.
So decide decide how big a range you're going, and then decide your number, and just change the order. So which do you want to target?
Okay, so if we would target ace X, then your sizing makes sense. It should be slightly above the pot.
Mhm.
If we're targeting kings, I would go for my sizing. But the problem is, since he only checked the flop and called the turn, I don't know whether we can narrow it down to either ace X or kings.
No, kings, queens, jacks. They're the same hand.
Yeah, sure. Like
Yeah.
kings, queens, jacks and stuff. But like, how would you make that decision right here? You know, how would you?
So you have two things. One is how often do you think, what frequency in his range? But let's simplify it a little bit before we think about how often, and just say picture just the range of kings, queens, jacks here. Okay, just that range. Are they going to call? They called the flop of, and we went 45 on the flop, right?
Yeah.
They called 45. Are they going to call 80? Kings, queens, jacks. Ignore the aces for a second.
They should.
Okay, 80. Good. Are they going to call 90?
Possibly.
Are they going to call 100?
I think they're going to think about it.
Okay. So with that in mind, I think that your number that the number for them then becomes 90, maybe 95, because you still want to put, because every time you push it up, you get more value from the ace part of his range, right? Now you ask the question, what will an ace call?
An ace should call pot or bigger, but he should have check raised us on the flop already. If he has ace king, where like
Not check raise, he's in position, but yeah.
Sorry, yes, sure. If he raises us, we put in like a bet on the flop, and then he shows strength and he tells us, I have a better ace than you do, or whatever.
Mhm.
Then it makes sense to still do that. But then also on the turn, again, he just calls, and so it makes it less likely that he has an ace, because
I
he
agree.
would have some resistance.
Right. And because he rarely has a bad ace here.
Yeah.
Because he 3-bet us pre-flop. So he doesn't have ace 3, ace 4, ace 5, ace 6, ace 7, ace 8, ace 9 very often.
No.
Can he not have ace jack and check back the flop?
He can. But he's not going to do it a lot. He bets some of them.
And I said, like, from what
Right.
I've seen
But
so far,
she
he
didn't
three
say
bets
he
too
has none of them.
linear.
She
He three
didn't.
bets
Yeah.
too linear.
Yeah. We didn't say that he has none of that, Sam. We just said that some
No,
of
no, no.
that bets off
I'm
on the
not
flop.
saying that he doesn't have. I'm just trying to say, like, what is the strongest hand he has? If we
Ace
had
jack.
queen, yeah, if we had queen jack of clubs here, how much would you bet to get that hand to fold? And now we have value. You should just size down to a. That's how you figure out how much you want to bet. Like,
Right. But that's against
it,
the top of the range.
yeah.
Melanie's considering trying to target not the top of his range. She thinks that why don't you say what you think, Ellie? Why am I talking?
Yeah. Like, okay, so like we're not talking about ace check because it's not in his linear 3-bet range pre-flop. So like we do have to make the decision and say he's not doing that. Maybe he's doing it with ace queen, ace king, and then the queens, jacks, and kings. And so, as I've said beforehand with the reasoning, I think it is less like it is less likely that he has an ace, and it is more likely that he has kings, queens, jacks. And so the question becomes, how do we get them called despite the fact that there's an ace on the
So
board?
you're all right.
I
That's the
agree with
same
you.
thing, right? You're saying basically the strongest hand he has is probably pocket kings and pocket queens. Let's say if
Not
you
the
have,
strongest, but most of the time.
yeah.
That's the bulk of his range.
Okay, now you have Jack 10 of clubs. How much would you bet to get pocket kings to fold? And just size down from there. That's it. If we think he's going to fold for 200, we bet 125, 150, 130. That's just a judgment call.
Sure. I think, like, when I initially said 90, I think we can go a little bit higher, taking in what you have just said.
Yeah. So you're basically saying that he's calling pocket kings for $90. If we want him to fold, probably need to bet like 175. Something like that.
Yeah, like, and anything that is bigger than the pot, like not slightly bigger, but actually bigger, like 100, 150, 160. He's probably not going.
There we go. So 90 it is.
Yep. All right, let's see what you did.
I was very close. I said the best hand he has here a lot of the time. Most likely holding is kings, queens, jacks, tens. How much would I bet to make them fold? 150. So I'm gonna go 100 here on the river. We get the call for pocket tens.
Yay. Was it a tank call or was it a
10
snap
call.
call?
It was a
Okay.
tank.
Tank call, that means you got the number very close to correct.
I'm sure I can squeeze 110 in there. But yeah, I think I think that's pretty close. Good size.
Yeah. So probably like 150, 160, 175. Those will get him to fold.
Yeah, if I was bluffing, I was gonna go I was gonna probably just overbet to 150, 160 in that area. But yeah, we get it through.
Oh,
We didn't get it through.
I wasn't too far off with the sizing.
Yeah,
no,
you were good. 90 solid. I was in between. I think when I was doing it, I was like 90 or 100. So I'll go 100. I think I get the call still.
Yeah, great. Yeah.
And you ranged him well. Good job.
Yep. All right. Who has not gotten two hands yet?
Me.
Take it.
Dean.
Dean has threes.
Okay, let me do something real quick. We have a deep fish here in the very deep fish in the big blind. I really want to play against.
Fatty tuna.
And a tournament wreck.
And this guy sucks.
That's me in the.
Do you want to call, 3-bet, fold?
Call. If I guess we're trying to fish for that whale.
Yeah, we don't get it.
No.
Unfortunately. He was calling like everything too, which was so frustrating. I was like, oh, this is the guy I want to be in the pot with. But yeah, so then we get this flop.
Oh shit.
Checks to you, Dean. What would you like to do?
I still check. I can see a bet though, but I just like to check.
I like to check too. Now he bets $12 into 39. You got a player behind you, and SPR is a little less than 4.
I already beat him in the pot.
Oh, okay. I basically decided that I have showdown, but I also think I can make him fold everything. So I decided to turn it into a bluff when he takes this sizing. I thought when he checks the flop, he's pretty much devoid of overpairs. So at the best hand he has right now, and 5x, I think the best hand he has is like a 9. And I think I'm going to make a 9 fold by the river. And he has some flush draws and stuff that will call off.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like a ton of ace-x. I like the race too, because I mean, even if nothing hits on the river, like you could still just check back and like win a lot of hands because he has like a lot of ace-x and diamonds and shit.
I kind of thought that once he called here, I really am lacking showdown now. Like I think that I'm gonna win sometimes against his missed draws, but I think that I do lose a lot here. I think I don't have tons of showdown.
I don't think he has a ton of 9x.
Yeah, he probably doesn't have
like
So now he checks. What do you think his range is here? He's a rec player. So, I mean, it's your hand. I'll explain my thought process after you decide what you want to do.
An attorney player.
Yeah.
Still has probably like even 6, 7, ace X of spades. Like he can have some nines and shit still.
Mhm.
Probably even diamonds. He could maybe check some diamonds, but people probably will be discounted on that because they actually will lead out on some diamond, with their
Yeah.
diamonds.
So what do you
So,
want to do? Take a shutdown, turn it into a bluff.
I mean, if we're bluffing though, like, are we trying to get like 9, 10 to fold, nine, just a nine only?
Yeah. A nine. I mean, he can have flush draws that picked up a 10 on the river, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I guess what your target would be is basically any pair that beats you, you're trying to get to fold because
We
you
just,
beat everything else, obviously.
we just gotta fucking, New York has 160. I just put it in.
Is that what you want to do, or do you want to
Yeah.
take your showdown? Yep, that's
I
I did
want
the
to take
same. I ripped it because I said that he's gonna lead, he's gonna donk too often um with his
flushes.
flushes that get
Uh,
there, and that I reduced some of my showdown value whenever he calls my raise on the turn. So I said it's probably better for me to turn this hand, keep running the bluff than
Dude,
taking my
Mike
showdown.
have jacks too.
Yeah, Mike, why do we limit it? I thought they still have them even when checking the flop. They do have them some portion
Yeah,
of the time. You're
that's true.
not wrong. You're
Yeah.
not wrong. It's aces, I guess, are aces and kings are usually the only ones that we really see because we see queens, jacks, like tens, and any small overpair like sixes or sevens bet because they're terrified of overcards coming out. So yeah, I mean it's not completely devoid of it, but even here I think I can make an overpair fold.
Yeah. No, that's why I thought jam was the only option. Yeah.
Yeah. He's not devoid of it, but I'm going to significantly reduce the amount that he has when he checks the flop.
Did you
But
get
yes,
a tank fold or a snap fold?
we got a tank. He thought for, I mean, I could kind of
Yeah.
tell he was going to fold the whole time. When I jammed it, he sat there and he never really picked up chips at any point. He just kept touching his cards, and then threw them in the muck. So I was like, I might have had the best hand, but either way, I was okay with. I think I win 100% of the time when I bluff here, and I lose some portion of the time when I
Well,
don't. So I like that option better.
it can't be 100. I mean, there are some diamonds that didn't bet that.
Yeah, yeah. I'm
Giving you a
saying that
raise on the turn.
most,
There are some, but
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
most of the
That's why I
time.
thought. That's why I wondered if the bluff on the river had to be that size, but maybe it does based on the SPR. Let's take a look. What's the SPR before you jam? 160, 119.
One in, I bet one in like
Wait,
1.4.
Yeah, if he's got pocket jacks, he's not folding for less than full pot,
Mm.
or
Yeah,
even
I
less than pot. Yeah, so I think you have to.
especially if you like the jack of diamonds.
Yeah, if you have to get a dime. Yeah, let's say you're trying to get a nine. Let's say you're trying to get a nine fold, and pocket jacks is the same as a nine. Uh,
what do you guys think about here? Do you think you guys prefer to just call here with my open-ended and pair or turn it into a bluff?
I don't mind against this size. Like
Yeah.
whenever they bet small, I don't mind turning it into a bluff.
I
'Cause they're
wouldn't
just
Yeah,
call
tell,
it. But
yeah,
I
they're
if he
wouldn't
just
tell
came
tell
out,
whether it's
if he
better.
bet like 40, I would just call, I think. Like I'm definitely calling if he bets
Yeah,
40, 30, I'm calling. And but if he comes when this sizing, I was like, I think I'm just gonna be able to make everything fold by the river. So
yeah.
showdown or not, I think it's just gonna be more profitable for me to turn this into a bluff now. And if
Yeah.
I'm gonna play this hand by just calling, I'm gonna have to be turning it into a bluff at some point.
What if the board
Uh,
pairs like a club on the river? You going to turn like the nine of clubs on the
oh
river
fuck no.
into a bluff?
Probably
no.
not.
Take the showdown.
That's I would say, well, yeah, I would think I'm gonna take my showdown on a nine because I still beat his spade draws and straight draws, and I think it's gonna be really hard to get like pocket eight, seven. Well, I don't think he has those hands.
Uh,
It's gonna be hard for him to get 9x to fold. If he has like for some reason he has like ace four or something like that, it's gonna be harder to get that to fold. So I would say probably just take my showdown and check back on the river because I beat at least some portion of his range. But yeah, I'm in between on that one. I think with the small size on the turn, I like the imposition raise to make everything
Mhm.
fold by river. And then
All right, next hand is who else has not done two? Rodney hasn't done any because he's driving. Anybody else not done two yet?
I don't know that I've done two. I think I just did the
All right,
one.
take one. And then Sam, I don't think has done two. So go,
Well,
Mike.
you done two on my hands.
All right, well that doesn't count.
How's it not
But this
count?
is this one's Mike.
So
'Cause he backed
Brian,
out.
so we got this raise here
yes. Deep
and
fish.
fish.
It's the same guy I was trying to target prior.
Gotcha. And then, so how about the players behind you?
I mean, I'm the most aggressive player with three betting at the table. The next most aggressive is right here, and I believe he actually calls. Yeah, he calls.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
That makes the difference, I think. Could be, and I only ask because normally I would just raise here, but I could see some merit in just calling this hand in position against these players and not worrying about getting squeezed. But
Yeah,
my default
I
is normally to raise, but I could see calling.
yeah,
Would you ever
I
fold?
you could definitely
I
fold.
could
It's
see
not.
folding too,
Good. I just
but
want to make sure because I would
y-
consider fold. I would consider folding here.
If I
yeah,
had a super aggressive guy back here, I think a fold is not bad.
yep, yeah.
Or like a fuck
Especially
it
if the players
stack,
behind
like
you are.
a fuck
Yes.
it stack. That's a good time to kind of just fold
Yeah.
your Jack 10. But I three bet.
Okay, three bet.
Three
Yep.
bet small for
Yeah,
the
it's a little.
players.
It's
It's a
small
little
for
bit
that
It's
game,
small.
a
I bet, right?
reasonable size.
I've been doing kind of what Sam and I talked about a couple of weeks ago about kind of splitting my three bet sizes with some hands. Like this is a hand that I'm probably gonna have to turn into a bluff at some point, so I'd rather have a lot of stack depth as we
Yeah.
play this hand versus if I have like aces or something, I know they already have a limping range and opening range and all that. I'm just gonna go way bigger with my aces because they're
Yeah, and
not gonna fold.
it's a 5x open, and in theory, you don't have to like go super big when it's already a 5x, but I'm assuming that's probably the standard open is 5x. Because
Yeah,
this would be my raise size, so
exploitatively in this game, if somebody opens to like $7, I almost always three bet because everybody opens to 10 so often, and some people will split between like limp, a $7 open, a $10 open, and a $15 open, and their $7 open is just so weak that you just get to blast it around.
Right.
So now he checks, and what do you want to do, Mike?
so normally in exploitative land, you can almost bet range here like super small and get, folds from hands that you shouldn't be getting folds from,
Hmm.
um, which has just been really effective. So I think I would probably take that opportunity here with this hand, and I would just go small. Yeah,
Okay, that's what
25%.
I that's what I did. We get called. And now we get this card, and he checks to you. What do you want to do?
I am going to go big. I am going to go 125 minimum.
Hmm. I like that. I
And
think
I'm
I like
done.
that
When he calls,
better.
I'm done. But yeah, I'm going
I
big.
think that, yeah, I think those are the two options. I think we kind of go, I did not do that. I hate what I did here. And I think that this was a problem in my process here was that I was like, I'm going to go small on this card trying to get him to raise a king, but he's not aggro enough. I don't think that he's going to raise his kings at full frequency, which leaves me a hand cut. Like the reason I want to go small is because now it's like, okay, he doesn't have flushes and he doesn't have king X on the river. Now I get to blast. But if he's not going to raise his king X, and he's never folding it by the river, it doesn't make sense to go small here. So I think this is a flaw in my thought process here when I go small to try and get him to raise, that I should be either checking or going big because I like what I like about a check here. And what I was thinking was when I check here, like his range right now is queens, jacks, tens, nines. He got every pocket pair. He's doesn't have as many flushes. He's probably going to raise a lot of those off early, but he only raises like really strong hands. He's not going to raise, he might not raise a king here, but he's always betting it on the river. So if I check and it goes check, check on the river, I get to blast the river and make him fold everything. Versus if I or go big here and give up on the river is kind of what I was thinking. I think this is the worst right here, going small here, because I don't think it accomplishes what I need it to.
Right.
Does that seem like,
Except that it keeps him from donking the river sometimes, which is what you wanted to
which,
do. Yeah.
yeah, I think that I just this is bad. I think this is the problem was I was thinking about this. I wasn't thinking about as much of what happens if though. I was thinking I'm trying to get this to happen. I was like, well, what happens if I check here though? If I check here, because what happened, you'll see. All right, so I go like this. Oh wait, we get called, and now we get to the river with Jack high. It gets checked to me, and what do you want to do, Mike? If you were to take this line that you shouldn't take?
This card is great. I think now, like, there was a lot of cards I was not going to follow up on, but I think this card we can jam.
You want to jam here still?
I do now on this specific kind of brick card. I do kind of like jamming now.
Huh. I was in the thought process here that I'm now only going to try and fold out his hands that are like contain a single club that he's going three streets with because I
Yeah,
thought that there is
but
that if he's not raising his king X on the turn and he's never folding it to me on the river,
oh, so you're thinking
then
go small and get those hands to fold.
yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Which I think if I take this line, it makes sense to do this, but I don't
Yeah,
think I should have taken this line. I think this line is bad. I think I should have either checked or gone big on the turn.
So it's
yeah, no,
100,
I like a
120.
smaller block size too. I just would never do it in position, so I'm not used to thinking taking a smaller size in position on the river. So jam was like kind of like the only option if I was going to bet. But I could see going small here and getting the ace X of clubs to fold.
That's kind of what I was going through my head is that I don't want to jam
But
because I think there are some brick walls. So
yeah,
let's go small and get those club hands to fold because that's the only thing I can really target at this point.
So
and is
like
that too
100
narrow
or
though?
like
Is that
80?
too narrow of a range? Should we then also by jamming we do think about getting some of the pairs and things like that that might call a small bet to fold?
Yeah, that's kind of what that's the problem with my turn sizing here. That's why I fucked myself was by because I did that on the turn, it handcuffed me to not being able to attack those hands. Like I can't attack queens and stuff because they're gonna call a small size. But I also don't want to go crazy because I'm going to get snapped off often enough by King X because he's not raising it aggressively enough.
Right. But he was betting
So
with it. That's the nice thing. Yeah.
so yeah, so I'm kind of like fuck. I that's what I don't like about the turn is the turn I wasn't thinking enough ahead to what I'm going to do on the river when I get called.
Yeah.
And I need to be thinking on the turn. I should have been thinking go big or check because then I have because when it goes check when I check the turn, he checks the river. I now can just jam the river and he's never calling me, and he because he has tons of queen X and all that stuff. Versus, or if I go big and he calls, then I just give up on the river. But if I go big and he folds, that's great too, obviously. So I end up going small. We get snapped off. I like this river size when I take this line, but I don't think I should be taking this line, is basically why I brought this hand. And I was kind of wondering if you what you guys think. If you guys think that this is valid to go to think like, hey, in this spot, what happens when we check and what happens when we go big and what happens when we go small? I think I kind of just missed that one little spot of he's not aggressive enough to raise off his king X, so he's not devoid of king X by the river. So now I can't blast every river,
So I have a
you know?
question about this line. So go back. I'm going to take a slightly different line on it
Okay. Go
and
back to
say,
flop.
yeah, go back to flop. So flop comes, we bet small, we get called. Easy. Turn goes check, check.
Check, check.
River, he checks. He checks his nines to you, and you are going to bet what size?
So what do we have? We have to remove 120 from the pot. So we got 140 in the middle. Um, with 140 in the middle, and I'm sitting here saying, what do I need? So he doesn't have King X
Mhm.
and he doesn't have a flush. What's his best hand here is Queen X with the Queen of Club, any Queen X, um, jacks, tens, nines, all that stuff. He has all of that. What's the best hand? And how much do I need to get them to fold with 140 in the pot? I would say if I was sitting here with with a flush, I have the flush and I'm trying to get those hands to call, what size would I go? I'd probably go 125. So with my bluff, I'll probably go 200 on in a 140 pot.
200 to 140. He has the nines. He looks at it. He says, well, you're saying you have a king or a flush, and there are two kings there. So I don't believe you have so I don't believe you have a king. Plus, you continue betting some of your kings. You say you have a king or a flush, and I have a nine of clubs, which blocks that, and you would have continued betting the turn with most of your flushes. So I don't think you have a flush. The question is, does he then go, yeah, but it's $200, I fold?
A lot of the time they do.
Good. That's what we're going for, because that's the one flaw that I see in the line that you
Checking.
take here, is that the second king makes his under pairs more stubborn, and the lack of betting the turn makes makes his under pairs less stubborn, more stubborn, more stubborn.
And isn't their
Um,
line of thought often just, oh, clubs didn't get there, I call.
Could be.
Maybe there's also another option on here on this turn of going so criminally small that they have to raise King X, that now I have to go on the river. Like I mean it's just
Like
like
20.
like if I go like 20 here, there I mean I played against the guy. What do I think? He probably raises a little at some point
Yeah.
with a king here if I go
Yeah.
$20 on the turn.
Let's see
Which
again.
may bring in him bluffing. I don't know how capable he is, but he may bring in some bluffs since I'm going so tiny, which I'm okay with folding my jack high in
Right.
that spot.
So
Like, it's not the end of the world.
let's say you go 20, and in this case, and he calls with a 9-9, which he will, and he doesn't choose to turn it into a bluff and raise it. Then on the river, when
Got
you go
180 in the
big,
pot.
he goes through the same thought process as I said. Says, would a king ever go small there? It might. It might try to get me to do something. Would his flush ever go small there? It might. Yeah. So it does that. The small bet, the small bet makes it more curious because it's a weird thing to do, right?
Hmm.
But the small bet fits with a king could go egregiously small there,
Yeah.
and a flush could go egregiously small there.
Well, I mean, also boats can go egregiously small, and they had
Yeah.
seen me three betting hands a lot wider than ace, like what they three
Yeah.
bet of ace king, ace queen, all
Yeah.
that stuff. They see me
Yeah.
three betting ace 10
Yeah.
suited and pocket sevens and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, given the description, I like a check.
Okay.
I
Next hand.
think,
Who has not gone twice? Anybody who hasn't gone twice? Because it's about to be me.
Scotty, I want you to play this hand.
Okay, I'm going to play this hand. All right.
I wonder what you think.
All right.
Punt away.
Larry didn't go twice, or you're just saying Larry? I don't know. Anyway. All right, I'll play this hand, and then Larry.
All
If that's
right.
what it is.
Okay, so this guy seems to be an aggressive, probably thinking player, but super aggressive. Like, I've seen him run a decent amount of bluffs. Um, he was making a lot of good calls and stuff just by thinking through hands.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he loves to call. Like, there was a couple of times where he made some really terrible calls against
Mm-hmm.
certain players, but he was making a lot of. He loves the hero call is another thing, and then pre-flop he's very aggressive and he opens too wide, but he will also three bet, four bet, all that shit too.
Right. Yeah, I'm absolutely fine with the three bet here.
Sorry, I didn't even give you the
That's fine.
option.
Yeah, I was considering the order I was considering things was three bet, call, and fold. That three bet was my favorite, call was my second favorite, fold was my third favorite.
All right, yeah. So we three bet here.
Mhm.
I wanted to. This guy is good. I still
Yeah,
think that I have gotten enough of a beat on the way he plays that I can beat him.
yeah.
He normally plays the 2-5 game, is what I noticed as
Mhm.
we were playing. He is one of the solid players from two
All right.
five.
Okay, got it. So he calls. Great. All right.
All right, checks to
Bet
you.
check. I'm betting. And I'm gonna bet
Guys, this guy's gonna
50.
float wide.
Yep.
Sorry, and then he's gonna
He's
call
gonna
turn and
float wide.
pair.
If he's gonna float really wide, I'll exploitatively go up to 80, but really I want to go 50. I'm
I
not
bet
afraid
spread.
of even though the board is connected, Even though the board has locked up equity, I don't see the locked up equity in their hands. I don't see a 5-7 and a deuce 5 out there. So, yep. So, but that's the hand I like to go. Yeah, 55 is great. It gets called. Good. King
What do you want to do?
checks. I want to check behind and do some bluff catching on the river.
I like it.
Okay.
I check back.
Yep.
Um, we get a four pairing on the river, and now he
Right.
checks. What do you want to do?
I want to be very comfortable checking and then think about betting for thin value. So I start with I'm perfectly fine with checking this down. I think I win most of the time. Now, what is my target for a bet? My target is ace high. Ace high can get here. Ace five can get here very easily, very easily. And
He's
ace
gonna
high
call
is
two
gonna,
wide, three bets wide, so he has more than.
yeah, yeah. I'm saying he can get here easily with an ace. There are a
Yep,
lot of aces that can
absolutely.
get here. Um, and that's what I think I am targeting is an ace. So against an ace, I need to bet 100, 120, 60, something like that. Now, because you said he's aggro and creative and thinking, he can check raise that. And therefore I'm going to check behind because he will find some check raises. And I don't particularly want to call the check raise. I don't
That's
expect
true.
it. Yeah. So I don't want to,
I
it's not worth it to me.
I did not do that, and I thought he has ace high. He has single pair type hands here still. I don't think he's ever checking a three to me here or
No.
king. So I think that a lot of the time I have the best hand and I know he loves to call. So I kind of thought that maybe it's a punt to not go for value against a player that loves to call and calls light when he doesn't believe the line.
Hmm.
So I go for value here against hands like sevens and eights with and sixes, 6x, 4x, stuff like that,
Okay.
and even ace high. And I go 125 against those
Right.
hands.
125 seems big for ace high, but it seems perfectly fine for all the pairs. Yep.
Well, he majorly tanks now
Hmm.
and starts thinking like, what the, I can't even beat anything. He seemed counting on chess because like, I can't beat anything. I don't know what the hell. He starts asking me if I'm going to show him, if he'll show me if he folds, and I just ignored him.
Yeah.
And then he calls, and I owned
So,
myself.
yep. So if I play this, yeah. So first of all, that you don't feel bad about value owning yourself. You're supposed to value own yourself sometimes.
Because if he
Um,
calls with 10s here, he's calling with eights, sevens,
right.
a
Yeah. Yeah.
6x.
Exactly.
They're all the
Yeah.
same hand.
Yeah. Um, so with this in mind, when I check here and he shows the tens, I don't feel bad about losing this hand and not bluffing off the tens, with what I didn't think was a bluff because my size would be calculated to get them to call.
That's, I mean, that's kind of what I was going for with the
Right.
call with
It's
my
exactly because you,
size.
you call tens and eights are the same hand, and I'm trying to get called by eights. So I would not, when I go check here, I don't feel bad.
Yeah, I felt bad here, but I was also like, I think I stand by this value bet here,
Hmm.
especially against a player that loves to call.
Right.
So I'm like, I feel like I need to be going for it. And every once in a while, I'm going to own myself, but I also know he's very aggressive, and I kind
Mhm.
of expect him to be like he four bet aggressively. Like I kind
Yeah.
of thought that
The
this is a
old
spot where
the,
I'm getting like I'm gonna have less queens, jacks, and tens in his range than he's gonna have eights and sevens, and he know he calls too wide, so he's gonna have a lot of 6x and 4x and all that stuff.
Right. So you're gonna get value from pocket fives, pocket sevens, pocket eights with this bet. Um,
Mhm.
you're gonna get value from a weird ace six of spades with this bet and a six seven of spades with this bet. I agree. Should you have gone a little bit smaller to also pick up the aces, given that the difference is because given how many more ace high hands he has?
Um, I can get behind that. It's not terrible. I think that if you go 75, this guy, I mean, he really likes to call. He might say, I think you're full of shit, and I'm calling 75 bucks with ace high.
Yeah, that's the only thing I'm thinking is that when you add in the ace highs, I think you pick up so many more hands
Yeah.
than just those pocket pairs I listed.
This hurt, but on my entire way home, I left after this hand. It was a rough night, and I was like, I need to go home. And I was like, sitting there thinking in the car, I was like, I think I stand by this. I think if you're not value owning yourself, then you're not going
Yeah.
thin enough for value. So I stand by that.
All right.
But yeah,
Larry,
that's
have
all
you
I
gone
got.
twice? Is that what you got? That got any more, Brian?
No, that was the last one.
All
That's all I
right.
have.
I have
Okay.
not.
Okay, then Larry, this next one is yours.
All right. I'll
All
take
right.
a hand.
You got a hand. Let's see. Is this the one we just did? Yeah, this looks like it. Yep. Okay, we just did that one. So we're going back this way. Oh, this is a terrible hand. Go.
I think we fold this with a lot of rake.
Uh, Somebody who has it, I believe in the two big blinds that 9-7 off sneaks in a raked environment. Somebody who's got my wizard doesn't show me the two big blind ranges anymore, but if somebody has it, take a look. Trust me, you're gonna have to play it. And then so somebody look and see if it's right. What would you like to do?
I'll check.
Check fold, right?
Yeah, this looks like a
Yeah.
check fold to me. But I assume he checks
check
back.
fold.
We're at the very bottom of range. We can construct a bluff here if we want.
Excellent.
So a bluff I would like would be a small bet, about a third,
Followed by a
and
big bet,
then
right?
go from there. See what he does.
Okay. I decided no, I'm not trying to win. Now he bets one big blind.
Our options are check, raise, or fold.
Yes, those are our options.
So if we're going to check raise, I would check raise to about 150% pot. I'd check raise to about 7.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay. Would have worked eventually. Maybe not on the flop, but maybe not on the turn, but by the river. You stay determined. I think you can get eights to fold. Okay. Next hand is since you didn't get to do your raise, it's you again. Here we go.
All right.
Yeah, this is going to be this direction. Here we go. Ace eight suited. Here
Let's
we go.
open ace eight suited to 2.5 big blinds.
Okay. Call.
Get called by a short stack butt. We could bet here.
Yep.
I would bet about half.
Okay. There we go. I go a little less than half. He calls.
Calls.
Okay. What is his range?
He's gonna still possess lots of hearts. I'm sorry, lots of pairs below 10s.
Mm-hmm.
Still gonna, against our position, he might have jacks. But he's gonna have a lot of 10x around like 10-9, 10-8, 10-7. A lot of single pair hands. Hard for him to have a 3.
Right. And if he was a solver, he would have bluffs with the Jack 9, Jack Queen portion of his range that's of spades, diamonds, and hearts. He would do that. But he didn't, and he isn't.
Yeah. So we have
So that jack is
turned
not very bad for
significant
us.
equity on a parent board.
Mm-hmm.
I
Checked.
think we get to either go small and then bomb river, or we can, I think theory is that we polarize here. So we go to like somewhere between half pot and pot, like B75. I like
Okay.
B75 here.
All right. We did pot.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
And pot is between half pot and pot, so that's fine. And you get jammed on.
All right. So we're not getting the odds to call, so we fold.
Right. even with our ace being good.
Yeah, it looks like we're getting
Right.
35%. We're
Right.
not
So
calling.
we have to fold here. We absolutely have to fold. Yep.
Nice answer.
Yep. We have to fold. Yep. Just bad play by me.
Looks like you folded.
Yeah. Looks like I folded. I didn't.
I don't think, where's your bad play? I don't think you have bad play here.
I called.
Oh, you called. That's
I
bad
called.
play.
Yeah. Yeah. I needed to fold. I didn't. Yep. Yep. Wasn't getting it. Needed to fold. Even with the ace being good, which it was.
What was your equity? Your
You
equity
could
was?
also have the best hand too,
I
sometimes.
could. I could.
Wow. You're,
But not very often. Check raise
No,
turns are
no.
check
Yeah,
raise
not very
turns are
often.
underbluffed. Check raise turns of pot size bets are underbluffed. It's not like I gave
it
him
is the
rope.
most underbluff spot in poker.
Yeah. Yep. I think it's a bad play. All right. I think this is one of my leaks. All right. Up next, it is the lovely and talented Larry. Mike. It is Mike. Don't show hole cards. Hole cards are none of your business. King six suited.
Oh, yay. Raising.
Boom. Call.
Walled.
Did anybody look to see whether the 9-7 off was
Yeah,
in the
9-7
2
off was in there to a min raise.
It's yeah. Okay. Do you want to show that? You want to show that? Do you have that range up to look at it, just so we can all see it?
Sure.
Okay. Here we go. Because it's stinking wide against the two, and it's ridiculously wide against the small blind two, which doesn't exist. Yeah. So it's looking a lot like a tournament range here. All right. Everybody
Oh,
see
wait. Maybe not.
Oh, yeah. Give it some rake.
No, it had rake. It just was 200 big blinds deep.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't. Comes down. Comes
Yep.
down.
Yep. There we go. Now it switches in there, but it's in there.
But it's in there.
It's in there. All right. And we are here. So he checks to you.
Share.
Oh, sorry. He checks to you.
Okay. I could go some different ways here. Big. I could go big. Could go, check range type. I like a larger size here. Well, no, because we're kind of blocking some hands that we want him to have. But our hand really kind of sucks. There's some backdoor stuff. I think I'd go big. I'd go like B75.
I went small. Got the
Okay.
call.
If he checks, I check. I'm checking.
All right. And here's why I'm betting here. I'm betting on the heuristic, and then let's see how bad it is. That when you bluff backdoors and you get the equity, that's when you continue.
Yeah, you know what? In fact, I think your bet is better because you went small. If I had gone big and he had called, and then this jack of clubs comes, then I'm checking. But
Right.
yeah, I think betting is much better because
Right.
of the smaller bet.
Right. Here's what's bad about the bet. If he has a 10, he's not folding it now, and probably not folding it by the river with the other jack there. And when he has a bad jack, it's now a great jack because it's a jack. But I bet.
Okay.
Get the call. Don't get there. He checks. What is his range here? It gets here. What is his range right now? When he
It's
checks this.
not as many jacks as I think population would have
Mhm.
because they will check raise you when they do
Right.
have a jack.
Right.
Solver will still say they still have
Right.
jacks.
Right.
So the fact that I think they don't have as many jacks. He's got decent numbers. But still, I mean, I think they still
Mhm.
or they would over raise their top pair that hit there. I'm betting because
Okay.
I don't think we're winning hardly ever.
Nope. I think he has 8-9. in range.
I would go B75.
Okay. I went extra big
Ooh,
and I
that's
said, let's make sure a 10 folds with this problem of the jacks being there. Let's make sure a 10 folds. We're running into 8-9 and we're running into jacks with this bet.
yeah.
What did he have? We got a
Queen
10 fold.
10.
Yep. So the exercise was, I don't know if it's good or not, but it came from, you've got to convince a jack a 10 to fold now that there are two jacks here. And that part of the logic I like. The bad part is, which means you're putting out 150% pot plus, and you could easily run into a jack or an 8-9. Now, does 8-9 donk the river? Doesn't have to. Does a jack check raise the turn? A lot. Always? No. So at least that reduces the frequency of some of those. But we did
Yeah.
get the thing we
And
wanted.
now, see, so if I'm in villain's shoes there, when you make that big size bet, you're basically saying, okay, I have at least a jack,
Right.
and there's not much else out there besides 8-9 and
Hmm.
boats.
Yeah.
And I'm considering bluff catching because your size is your range is that you make the size with, it seems pretty thin.
Hmm. A good jack.
And draws that have missed and
Right.
bluffs
Jack.
like under pairs or something like that.
Yeah.
I think I'd fold. I'd still fold, but I would be considering it. Not that they're thinking that way either.
Yep. I would enjoy you considering it. All right. Brian.
Okay, now we have a jack.
Yes.
All right. He folded open.
Open.
Whatever you want to open to.
Call him a small blind.
All right. What is a small blind? All right. I'm going to overbet or check, and this hand would fall into my overbetting category,
Okay.
or that size works too.
Yeah, close to an overbet.
What is
You
his
get called.
range? His range, he's gonna have a lot of ace X, flush draw, straight draw. Did not get there, still did. Um, he checks.
Hmm.
All right, let's target the inelastic portions of his range. Let's overbet this time.
Okay.
Close enough.
Close enough. It's still big. It's not 40%. I mean it's pot again. And he calls.
Right.
Excellent. He checks.
Great. 5-7 got there. He checked. He's gonna donk a lot straight. So right now we basically are only targeting ace X. So how much would I bet to get an ace to fold here on the river? I mean, he doesn't have ace 10, ace 8, ace, ace. The only aces that we beat. Ace 2, I guess. So, would I try and bluff an ace on the river? I got here with air. Would I try to do that? Probably not with 84.
It's close.
Close whether I'd try and bluff here.
It's close. So the value bet might not be 84. The value bet might be 50 or 60.
Yeah, I kind of like that because I don't know if I'm in between on whether I would jam or not. I think we get some portion. So yeah, I will.
Now my question is this. Okay, so have you decided your size?
My only thing I'm worried about is I think he's gonna donk a lot.
You cut out all I
Still,
heard is he's going to donk a lot. I didn't hear what he's going to donk.
I think he's gonna donk a lot with a lot.
I didn't hear it again. I heard he's going to donk a lot with a lot, and then you stop talking. If you're doing this as a joke, it's a very
Hello?
good joke. Hello, Brian. One more
think
time.
he is I think he's going to donk a lot with the hands that are better than ours. So I think we have the best hand here still. And I don't know if I would try to get an ace to fold with 84 behind and 50 in the pot. Probably just jam
Okay.
or
So,
that work. Okay.
yeah. So I am, by the way, before I make this bet, I'm actually not all that confident I have the best ace right here.
Yeah, that's also a concern,
Yeah,
but you
I'm
gotta
not
expect
sure
it.
that I have the best ace here. And the 57 comes from my belief that when you said, would I try to get an ace to fold? And you go, I don't think so. And based on the word think, I sized down from 80 because the
Yeah,
last
maybe
thing I
that's
want,
fair.
because I definitely don't want an ace to fold. And so I'm willing to, I'm willing to leave, I'm willing to lose 34 on that thing. I want to be under it. We get the call and it is ace queen. We don't have enough. We got value owned. Yep.
And ourselves.
Yeah. We
Way
got
to
value
not
owned.
3-bet that.
Yeah. There we go.
All right.
We
Nice
got,
hand, sir.
yeah. Yep. All right. Brian, Larry.
All right.
And we'll
I'll
see if we
take a
can move.
hand.
We'll see if we can move through the last ones in time. And everybody gets one more. All right. Fold to you, 9-5 suited.
Sure. Let's open to 3 big blinds.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
We can mix between betting and checking here.
Okay.
I
This time
kind of
we
like
check.
checking.
Yep. We check. Goes check, check. Yay.
All right. I don't think we need to turn our hand into a bluff.
Okay.
I think we just check and try to realize equity.
Okay. Would you consider betting here for value? Not as a bluff. Pure value.
Against what hand are we value betting?
Spade draws. Other heart draws. Ace
Yeah.
high. Ace. The unlikely ace jack ace queen that probably would have 3-bet but didn't. The likely queen jack that could do this way. Jack 9, which will call. All those hands. Those are the value
You
targets.
could argue, you can also argue for betting for equity denial.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
that too.
yeah, I think betting's fine.
Okay. Oh, what size?
I don't think I think I'd probably bet about a half pot.
Okay. Well, we go bigger and we get the call.
And we
And
see.
what is his range? What is his range that calls this?
He's gonna have some traps around 10. He's gonna have spade draws. He's gonna have some bad king X.
Really bad.
I like a block here. I think I like block betting here.
Okay. I think I might check with the intent to think about calling. But let's see if we block. Yep, I check. He bets half pot.
We have a pure bluff catcher.
We have a pure bluff catcher.
And we can see his bluffs around straight draws. And we can see his bluffs around flush draws.
The 8 doesn't hit any of those.
I think the smart people like to say that, and the 8 doesn't really hit any of those. And the smart people like to say he has a lot of natural bluffs. So we can hero call at some frequency here.
All right. We don't. Should we have? No!
Nice answer.
Yay, exactly
Good
that
call.
thing. Weak kings. Weak kings exist.
I thought you were thinking about raising.
Ooh, I didn't. I did not. And that's the step we didn't say. Does the bluff catcher function better as a bluff? We did not say that. And we should have.
Value.
So
In
let's go
position.
for it. Let's take that analysis. He bets half pot. What do we believe about his hand?
In value in position.
Okay. Who here's bluffing this river?
I don't think I'm bluffing it. I don't think we
neither.
like having lines. Maybe it's
Yeah,
like
The run out I don't think is great. Like the 8 just doesn't really do anything.
No.
Order raise, and I think I'll probably fold. Actually, I don't know. We got a lot of stack.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
You got something to fight with if you want to. And this is exactly the hand. When it goes check, check, we win. When it check and we evaluate size.
I
Half
would
pot.
say we don't have.
I don't, I don't,
How big would you go
I can't
if
take
you
a hand.
had an 8 here? How big would you go to get him to call with a weak king?
To be sure to be called by a weak king. Actually, I'm not even sure a weak king always calls. It's the person, so I can't do it that way. Some people do, some people don't. But I would not go bigger than 25 to try to be confident that the people who call with a king will call.
One thing I'm working on is less bluffing on these paired boards. I kind
Mhm.
of sometimes do this.
Yeah. Can he have a 10 here? He can, but it's hard because the 10 wants to raise the turn with the two flush draws there a lot. Um, and he have a boat that didn't need to do it. It's unlikely. Yeah.
Takes a bigger side.
Yep. Does anybody find the check raise bluff here? I didn't, and I still don't now. I'm still not finding it with this size. Okay. Uh, that was Larry's hand. Dean,
All right.
you can't see that. None of your business what those cards are. There we go. All right. You got ace five. Button raises.
3-bet.
Hell yeah. What size?
12, 15.
Yeah, sounds good. 13.5. Those sound good. You get called. Sorry.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Bet.
Okay.
Uh,
Bet. And if you check and you get bet at, do you go for a check raise with this? Or do you check call?
check raise. Yeah, I would check raise.
Good.
I was
All right.
checking it.
Those are
Definitely.
those are the options I like. We take the bet size. We get called. All right.
Hmm. What size? I'd bet again. We have so much. Or you can check raise two here. Just check jam it.
Okay. I think I'm just going to jam right now.
I like a jam right now.
I'm just going to jam right now.
So what you do with tens?
Yeah. I got value hands that want to do it. And yeah, we had the best hand. He folded off equity. All right. Rodney's driving. Brian. Ace six suited.
Okay. Uh, I don't really want to play.
Right. So we fold. Let's just see. Let's just see what this stupid range was.
The stupid ranges and stupid kings and queens.
That was funny.
Range.
That was funny. For those of you who wanted to put the raise to 5 weak and then just jump up it. That's funny. And the Queens won also. I just want to point out. Justice. All right. Brian gets the next one too. 10 jack.
Open.
All right. He checks.
Small
Yeah. Yeah. I think we can bet small here.
or check. I
I think we can bet
guess
small here. I think we can bet small here. Absolutely.
ace on the turn.
And he
He
bets.
bets. Huh. We have 0 equity here.
We have 0 equity except for our bluff equity.
He decides he would take with a 4. Probably not. Um,
Maybe because he expects an ace to raise him.
um, unlikely.
Okay.
I'm gonna raise.
Okay.
If I'm gonna
You're gonna,
continue, I'm raising or I'm
and you're
folding.
gonna raise to
I'm gonna raise to
7.25.
yeah, I'm gonna raise like seven. I'm gonna raise 7x. I'm gonna go to like
That much. 7x is going to be 11.8. All right.
something like that.
Yeah, I think I'm folding. I do. Let's see how bad it. Let's see
All
how
is
bad the play
reasonable.
it is.
And we could have made that fold.
Yeah, funny choices he made to then bet on the ace when it was there. Yep, we couldn't make it. We might not be able to make it fold immediately, but it was going to fold on the river if we
I don't mind
play
a
turn
call,
down.
Mike. I just think his sizing was screaming weakness that even 4x isn't taking that size, and some of his ace X probably doesn't either.
Yeah.
Yeah, and because if I check behind an ace here, and then he bets into me, I'm probably just calling the turn, and
Right.
then
Well, that's why I'm doing
Then
it
he probably
differently.
checks the river if he doesn't hit a
then
10.
he checks the river, and then we go big.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously play my value in plus.
Quite differently. All right. That was
If you had an ace
Brian.
here, you wouldn't consider clicking it.
Not usually, no.
Okay.
The one thing clicking it does is it makes the ace believable on the river. It says you're trying to keep, it says you're just trying to put more money in the pot. But also it looks like maybe maybe you have spades and you just want the river bet. No
Yeah,
bet up.
if he showed me he had pocket tens, I think that would be great. I think that'd be a great play. But of course, we're not
No,
against pocket tens. We're against a range
right.
that includes
Click the river.
bluffs and
You mean
includes,
what would be a great play is click the turn and then bet big on the river?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like if he somehow knew he had pocket tens, I think that's awesome.
Yeah. I'd want to do more than a click. If I knew he had pocket tens, I'd want to go to about 6.
Yeah, like slightly bigger than click.
Yeah, slightly bigger than click. All right. That was Brian. We are on Josh, and then we are done. Unless Rodney jumps in. All right, here we go. Queen 9 suited in the hijack. Josh. Josh has been eaten by
Is
bears.
that a fold?
There you go. Queen 9 suited. No, you can open it if you want. Absolutely.
All right.
You can open it. You can go all the way down to Queen 8, like that. But in the 3-blind game, I said that it's a fine thing not to. And short stacked, I decided it's probably better fold. Whatever. You do it this time. Another big blind call. He checks to you.
You can check back or bet big, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah, we've got a gut shot. I think we want to bet actually. Yeah, we want to bet like 4.
Okay. And then the one thing about betting big, there is locked up equity on this board. So I think you do not want to overbet. So I think your biggest bet is going to be 75% and most of your big bets sort of get pushed down in the 50s like that. So we do the small. We do the slightly bigger than small. And you get called. 7 pairs. And he donks
Yeah,
into
that's
you.
donks. So what would Nuffle do? Like raise to 16?
No, this is enough. This is a turn donk, not a flop donk. So if there's anything here, this is nuddle, not nuffle, and we have not looked at nuddle.
Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, I'm not sure about turn Nuffle.
So figure this one out. Figure this one out for yourself from first principles, not from mass data. Yep. Larry points out that this is a perfectly fine card for him to donk on because we don't bet all our sevens and he calls all his sevens. So
Yeah, I mean it's probably fine just to fold, I think.
yep. And you have a gut shot, and your gut shot requires a 10. The 10 doesn't bring in the most boats, but he can have a boat already. And we call. The jack comes. And he
Mm.
bets 6.
Yeah, I mean, weird spot, right? I, honestly, I would just fold, but you know, okay, go for it. You know,
All right.
you're a better player than me.
Well, so here's the thing. Josh, you are the best player in the world, which means when you make this read, you're going to act on it. So you tell me, and it's your read. Do you believe that a jack does this often? This size?
No.
Neither do I. So that's the first step. You're the best player in the world. You're going to act on your read. What kind of hands does he have here if he doesn't have a jack?
Well, I think he might have like some 5-6 or something, you know.
Yep. He might have some 7x.
Which we beat anyway.
Yeah. He might have a 7. So
Is a
Larry's
7
going
even going to
45
fold
big
if
blinds.
Is a 7 even going to fold if you make it 50, or you know?
Let's find out.
Um,
Mike is considering the jam. All right. Let's see what it was. A 7 folded.
yeah, crazy. So, what stakes is this, Larry?
$100 game. This is 50-cent dollar.
Yeah. So, are you playing these online games to sort of get practice and so you can get hands to put into to analyze for your bigger game?
I play this game so that I can bring game hands to you guys. That where we get to see their cards. That's why I do this. Is specifically for the class. I do this for you. You're welcome.